Alrighty, and now with this, now that we got the angle proper, we're gonna say it's motherfucking showtime. Okay, so let's get first started with this handy dandy little drawing because you know you love my pictograms. And this pictogram, oh, maybe I should have put it the other way on the fucking poster board or whatever this is called, but hey, you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Because it is what it is. So, as you can see, this says awareness. Okay, so let's talk about quantum shifting. Let me just lower this music a little bit because I feel like it's like super fucking loud. You know, I got my jamming earbuds in because that's how we roll, because shit be boring for me if there ain't a million things going on. So I got y'all over here. Thank you for joining. I got a TV on. I got some wind blowing and I'm my jamming lavender boys. Okay, so awareness. Let's talk about this. So I might get out of the screen for a little bit because this is very important to what I'm talking about. So, you know, of course, we're going to start with the sermon and then I'm going to get with the chat after because that's what I typically do. You know what I'm saying? So let's go in with this. Oh my goodness gracious, if you could see this. So here is your awareness. And then as you can see, we have your desire. So that is the desired timeline. Okay, cool. So now this down here is you. Okay, that's supposed to be an eye with like lashes because you know we gotta get our fucking lashes done. And then we have time, and then we have the how, and we have the 3D, right? We have a whole plethora of things that you can be observing from your awareness. And with your awareness, I don't mean your two physical eyes. I mean your third eye, homie, okay? The eye of the all. So what are you observing with the eye of the all? Are you observing your desire? Okay, because these little dots here are all examples of quantum possibilities. This is what they talk about in terms of quantum mechanics in the double slit experiment, that the thing shape shifts according onto what the observer, here we go, what you are observing, what you are expecting. So all these exist in waves of potential. Even the 3D exists in waves of potential, but you're the one that keeps collapsing that 3D timeline, getting more of what you are seeing now because you are observing the 3D. So that is your point of awareness, okay? But your desire is a different point of awareness, and this is all going on in your mind, remember, because we're not talking about the 3D, we're talking about quantum shifting, okay? So here's the desired timeline. Let's go with you have $10 million in your bank account. Okay, cool. Or pounds or euros or whatever the currency is, okay, wherever you're at. I just say dollars because, you know, I'm in the US, okay? But $10 million, convert it to your currency, whatever, or pick any amount, okay? Here's a desire, $10 million, but you're looking at the 3D and maybe your bank balance doesn't say $10 million right now. So you are collapsing the waves of the 3D to continue showing you more of what you have in your bank balance, okay, instead of the $10 million. Now, let's say you are saying, well, yeah, the $10 million is already here and I visualized and I affirmed and okay, yeah, you did that, right? That's great. That's your point of awareness. But then what happened? But it's not in the 3D yet. Okay, so now you have shifted your point of awareness to time. It's not there in the 3D. That's where you're focused. And then you go back. You're like, okay, well, no, it's already there. I'm a robotically affirm and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Whatever. Okay, cool. You say your money mantras. You light up a green candle. Whatever the fuck you do, homie. You rub some cinnamon on your hands and you go to the casino. Whatever the fuck they, you know, is out there. Okay, for what it is for you to do. Oh no, but how is it going to get here? You rubbed your hands with cinnamon and then you went to the casino and you didn't fucking win the $10 million. Aw, shucks. How is it going to fucking happen now? Okay, well, now you've shifted your point of awareness to how is it going to happen instead of being it's already done, okay? So that is what is occurring every time that you are looking at something. Now, there are some theories out there that, you know, and I've said this myself as well, that this is sort of like a rendering video game where you are looking at things in your mind's eye, okay, and then they are being rendered in front of you because you're collapsing that timeline. Therefore, it is materializing as tangible form in your 3D, right? Because that's where your settings are punched into, okay? So the desired timeline you have in your mind, but you're looking at the 3D, and then you go to looking at when is it going to get here, then you're looking at how is it going to get here. You're going to get a lot of conflicting things in the 3D because all of these quantum potentialities are collapsing as you're looking at them. They're appearing in front of you, and this can very much so happen in, quote, real time, okay, with the air quotes there. This is why instant manifestation is possible, because all of these timelines exist now, because you as the only observer can be aware of the 3D circumstance. You can be aware of the desire. You can be aware of the timing. You can be aware of the how. So what you're doing is now you're setting the rendering to perform for you. Okay, well, the focus is time, so let's render in some more time into that video game, okay? So what you want to understand with this, that little pictogram there, is that you having an awareness of a thing, whether it's money or it's a person or an object or whatever the case may be, your awareness is now essentially setting into motion the trajectory of rendering that thing into your experience. Much like in a video game where you don't really see what's in front of you, it just kind of shapes as you move. This is what I was shown in a dream as well, as to how reality is constructed. I was shown it to look like Tetris pieces, like that video game Tetris, where the pieces are just falling and you're kind of just, you know, meandering along and the pieces are just being built in front of you. That was how, you know, it was given to me, showing me how reality is created. And those pieces that are falling into place, those pieces that are rendering, are what you have in your awareness based off of what I just showed you. Now, it doesn't mean that these things exist or don't exist, right? Because let's say a year ago, you were not aware of a desire that you currently have, right? So where was that? It was nowhere to be found anywhere in your awareness. You might not have ever heard of it. You might have heard of it in passing, but you didn't care. It meant nothing to you because it wasn't in your awareness like that, right? It's like, okay, I have no interest in eating the Baja Blast cake from Taco Bell. I've been seeing that all over the place. It's like, it looks like, it's like green fucking jizz looking substance. Whatever. I think it's called the Baja Blast. I have no interest in it. It came into my awareness, but I'm not really caring either way. My attention's not focused there. I'm like, oh, that came up. So, but I'm going to look elsewhere. I don't care, right? So things might have passed you by a year ago in quote time that you paid no mind to, but now it's in your awareness because it's something that you want, because you have elevated your consciousness to the point of that person who wants that, right? Because we're always expanding in consciousness. So even if something is not in your awareness now, it doesn't mean that a day from now, a week from now, there we go. My fucking shit just fell. It's all good. Hold on. I got too excited, so apparently that was to amplify the point, how my drawing just fucking flew. So a day, a week, a month, whatever you might, hey dark matter, what is up? Welcome. So a day, a week, a month, a year can pass, and then there might have been something that you had in your peripheral vision over here, is off to the side, but it wasn't any focal point in your awareness, because at that point in quote linear time you didn't give a shit, but now maybe you do, okay? And this is why we're always evolving and expanding. You can't shrink back to something, because consciousness does not shrink. The only constant about consciousness is that it's always expanding. So you might have some things in your peripheral vision, okay? But they're not one of these focal points. It just might be the fucking Taco Bell Baja Blast fucking cake that looks like green alien slime jizz, okay? That's what it looks like to me. If you like it and whatever, no shade to that. That's just my opinion. I'm like, why am I seeing this on TikTok? That does not look like anything that I'm remotely interested in putting in my mouth, let alone ingesting, but cool, to each their own, okay? So that was in my peripheral vision. It came up, but I don't care. So what is going to continue to come up for me is not the Baja Blast fucking Taco Bell cake, if that's even what it's called, but it is now, so I'm just going to keep calling it that. And I'm not focused there. So it's in my peripheral vision. It doesn't mean that it exists or it doesn't exist. It's just that it's not existing in my consciousness because I don't give a shit about it. Okay. And this is how you can make something disappear when you genuinely do not care. Okay, because when you don't care, you're not placing your dominant focal points of awareness there. Now, your dominant focal point of awareness, typically there's one thing, right? So if it's your desire and that's your trajectory that you're set on, it doesn't mean that other realities and timelines don't exist. It's just that that's what you're most in alignment with right now. A year from now, it can change. A year ago, it might have been different. Okay, but the point is the present moment. What you're focused on is the thing that matters. Okay, so what you need, is there an AI in here? I see. Interesting. Okay, so we have an AI. Welcome to the chat, AI. How you doing? This I don't think I've ever noticed anything like that before, but it's in my awareness now, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for AI in my chats now. But anyway, so typically there's a few dominant points of awareness, especially when you are aware that you have this desire. So that's the focal point, right? But then another dominant awareness can be the lack of the desire, which is the same thing, different degree. So there's the desire and then there's the lack of it. And then that's why you can sometimes have a lot of wavering in what's in front of you. Because remember, the thing is rendering in front of you in real time based on what your focal point of awareness is. So it's like the things that you don't care about, you've already kind of pushed them to the side, so they will cease to surface in your reality. Just like if you've never searched something in the search bar in Google, it's not going to come up for you because you haven't searched for it. You're not aware that it exists, or you don't care that it exists. You have no interest. It's like the Baja Blast fucking cake or calculus or something else that I'm not interested in. I don't care, so it's not going to come up for me, right? So your dominant focus is the desire, whatever it is, $10 million, but then you're looking, but where is it? You're looking at your bank balance, right? That's why you can receive some money and then immediately you'll seem like a bill is due or something, right? And that's what causes the wavering, because the thing is constantly rendering, because you constantly have consciousness and you're aware of fucking something. Don't tell me that you're not. And even when you're in the moment, just enjoying your fucking self in the 3D, you're aware of being in the moment. And then therefore that collapses the whole fucking shit right here, okay? And then it's saying that you're not focused on your desire, you're not focused on the lack of it, but the last point of awareness that you had in regards to that topic was, yeah, that would be nice. Boom, you turn your attention elsewhere, you're living presently in the moment. Now you've neutralized the lack of the desire, because you have the desire and then there's the lack of it. When you have taken your attention off of both of these things, but you last left off, like you left a fucking bookmark, okay, in the fucking page that you want. Yes, I already have my desire. Okay, and you go do something else. You go take a shower. You go take a shit. You go jerk off. I don't know what the fuck you doing, okay? But you do. And you do that. Now you've neutralized it, not because the desire wasn't already there in front of you. It's because you've taken your awareness off of the lack of it, henceforth neutralizing it and releasing any potential that would go in excess in the direction of it not being there. And then you stop getting the wavering results in the 3D, because you're not having wavering in your mind. You cannot serve two masters, right? And then the thing shows up front and center, okay? And here's the thing, right? If we want to think of let's see, what do we want to think? I'm gonna give this example. And this example is going to be, I recently had a discussion with someone about this, and I figured this would be an excellent point to bring up just randomly, because I found, I'm like, oh shit, like something within me clicked when I was like explaining this concept. So I'm gonna give it to you all here. So right now my awareness is on the amazance of this on my taste buds, my sparkling ice, kiwi strawberry. Fuck yeah. Hello. So now that you understand all these possibilities exist, right? It's just what you are looking at. Let's take all of these out of here. Okay, so now it's just you, and you are pure awareness itself, right? Because consciousness is just an awareness experiencing itself in many forms. That's what it is. Okay, so we have, and I only have a black marker, but we gonna play a little game of fucking pretend here, because that's what we're really doing whenever we're manifesting. Okay. These are marbles. Because you want to manifest, you got to lose your 3D marbles a little bit. So we're going to use this marble example, okay? So here's you, here's your awareness, right? It's what you're observing, not with these two eyes, but with your third eye, okay? So we have 3 marbles, okay? So here we have a black marble, a white marble, and a striped marble. I just go with it, okay? Just fucking go with it. So you, okay, they're all in front of you. They're all in front of you. But now, like I said, the peripheral vision, like the fucking Baja Blast fucking cake from Taco Bell, I don't know where that came from. Maybe that's significant to someone. I mean, whatever, but hey. So you have all of these marbles there in front of you, right? It's just like, do you want to go to McDonald's, Burger King, or fucking Wendy's? Okay, they're all available, but you collapse the timeline. Which one do you feel like having now? And that's the one that's going to happen, right? Because you've decided, you've made the decision, which is the fucking crux of the fucking matter. Okay, so you're looking, and imagine you're looking, now we're gonna, because I'm gonna give you this metaphor. With your 2 physical eyes, you have these 3 marbles in front of you, and they're all different colors, okay? So with these marbles, they're all in front of you, and you decide, okay, well, let me look at one of the marbles. So you look at the black marble, and the black marble is there, okay? So what's going to happen? It doesn't mean the other 2 marbles aren't there and they don't exist as a potential for you to look at, but you, the observer, have chosen, I'm going to look at the black marble. So then what happens? The white marble and the striped marble, what they do is they tend to go off in your peripheral vision, right? Just like I'm looking at this screen right now, so there's surroundings in this room that I'm sitting in, but they're in my peripheral vision. Like there's an awareness that, okay, it's a room, right? There's doors, windows, whatever the fuck, okay? But my focal point of awareness is looking into this screen right now. So what's going to happen? The other things are going to dissolve from my dominant focus, and they are going to be into my peripheral vision. Okay, so it's the same thing. Now the 3 marbles are still in front of you, but then you choose, okay, now I want to look at the white marble. So the striped marble and the black marble, they are going to just start to phase out because you did not decide to focus on them. You decide to focus on the white marble. Same thing, striped marble. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at the striped marbles, and what happens? White marble, black marble, they go into your peripheral vision because you're not dominantly focused there. So you can have things in your peripheral vision, okay? So it doesn't mean that those things don't exist if they're fleeting in your fucking third eye, in your mind of all that is, right? Yes, they can exist on some level, but they're not going to be an important part of your experience, just like the Baja Blast fucking cake. Why do I keep, like, I don't know what the fuck it is with the, why did I say that? That's so fucking random. But anyway, okay, so it's like I have an awareness, it's there, but I have no interest in it. So likely when I'm done filming this, I'm not going to even think about it again. And then I collapse that fucking timeline out because it just wasn't important enough for me to focus my awareness there. So when you are focused on your desire, okay, you have one desire, it's this one thing, this is what it is, and then you decide on it. Sure, you might see the lack of it, right? But if you have your concentrated awareness in your third eye, remember that metaphor that I just did about the 3 marbles that you're seeing in front of you, okay? If you change your vision to look at one, each of them separately, the other 2 are just going to phase out naturally. And it's the same thing with your third motherfucking eye, okay? Your consciousness, your focal point of awareness, the God spotlight, as I like to call it, it's honed in on one thing, okay? So this is the reality right here. 10 million fucking dollars in your bank account. If that is your dominant focus, you say, I am choosing right now, just like I choose which marble I wanted to look at. The other possibilities, it doesn't mean that they exist or they don't exist. It just means that I'm collapsing the timeline where this is my focused awareness. So the other two, they're just going to phase out naturally. So there might be a fleeting awareness that you don't have the $10 million in that current moment of time, but you don't even care. It flees. It flees like fleeting. You're just like, bye, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't care. You're like, well, this is my focus. Just like a thought, when is it going to get here? How is it going to get here? I look like I'm holding a microphone or some weird shit. It don't even fucking matter. But this is my microphone. What's up? How you doing? So you have another fleeting thought, and it's about time. When is it going to get here? Okay. But your dominant focus, you remain fixed on that thing that you want in your mind's eye. At home, I have $10 million in my bank balance right now. That's it. My funds are available right now perfectly for me, better than I expected. Oh, when is it going to get here? Yeah, you tune that out. Peripheral vision. Like, it could be there. And the peripheral vision, as I like to call it, is like something in your recent search history, is another metaphor that I like to use for this type of shit. And this metaphor is where you're typing in the search bar of Google. Like, let's say you type in foxgloves. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but foxgloves, is that a flower? I feel like it might be a flower or some weird thing, but I'm picturing like little gloves on a fox animal. So you type that in random, totally out of the blue. I don't know where that came from. Okay, who knows? Who cares? It's there now. It's done. Foxgloves. You keep typing it in. Foxgloves. Okay, that's your recent search history. But then you decide, I don't want foxgloves. I want to look at white rabbit going down the rabbit hole. Okay, so then you type in white rabbit going down the rabbit hole. Foxgloves might appear in that same search history where it's like white rabbit and fox something, right? It's a video of a white rabbit and a fox, because the search browser is taking what you have dominantly focused on in the past, because that's the way the matrix of the search browse thing fucking works. You typed in foxgloves so many fucking times that now you type in white rabbit going down the rabbit hole, it's gonna try to, because it's a smart fucking search engine, right? It's trying to be like, well, maybe I can guess what the fuck they want to see. They were searching this for a while. That's their search history for the past week. Now they typed in something different. Maybe they want to see a white rabbit with a fucking fox that's wearing gloves. So we're going to put the two of them together. And that's why sometimes on the journey of manifestation, in my opinion, you when you start to see bits and pieces of the thing that you want, such as you start having increments of money coming in this case with the $10 million, you start getting large checks out of fucking nowhere. And you're like, what the fuck? You get another direct deposit and you're like, what the fuck? And then someone Venmos you and you're like, well, okay, right? But you still might not have the $10 million in the 3D because you only just typed in the fucking white rabbit. You only just typed in the $10 million, but for the past week you were thinking of the lack of it. That's why you can also have the wavering behavior, because it's just part of the search history, and you yourself might still have the awareness, right? Because if you totally drop something from your awareness, you say, I will never search for foxgloves again. That's it. Boom. Even if you search for it for the past fucking 15 years, it does not fucking matter. Okay. But you are still having in your awareness, and the search bar is trying to bring you, okay, well, this is what they were typing in. Okay, let's do this. Whoa, they cleared the cache of foxgloves. Okay, and then boom, there's no browser fucking history whatsoever. So you type in the fucking white rabbit going down the rabbit hole, and then only white rabbit coming down the rabbit hole comes up because you cleared the cache. Okay. A rabbit with white gloves. Yeah, guys, I don't even know where these metaphors are just super weird, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's all good. Like, that's how we roll. So that's what is happening. This is why sometimes you can get bits and pieces of your quote new reality, and that's why if you're with the whole person manifestation, they're not a specific person. They're someone you're already involved with in whichever way you want them to be. But that's why you might start seeing their name pop up everywhere, because you have them in your awareness, but you didn't fully decide, okay, yeah, they're done. So that's why they're done, they're here, they're now. That's why it didn't necessarily fully conform in the 3D, but you have the awareness, right, of the previous search history. You didn't delete it, but you just maybe deleted your awareness from, okay, they're not here. No, they're totally here, they're totally here, they're totally here. Boom. So now it has no choice but to present to you only things of that nature and nothing of the lack of that thing because you cleared the cache. Okay, so now your awareness, when you have focused on the thing, okay, even if you have typed in your search history, okay, the white rabbit going down the rabbit hole, and even if you have foxgloves, like totally, like just in your search history, how you clear the cache is to make a decision. And how you do that is you decide that it's done. You collapse out the timeline. You collapse out all other browser history. You collapse out all other peripheral vision that is in congruence with the lack of it. You've collapsed that timeline so much. White rabbit going down a rabbit hole. $10 million in my bank balance right now, right? You just say, no, it's done. What's going to happen? The system, because it's you, it's your mind, right? Because you decided, that's like clearing the cache. And then you don't go back that way. And it's not something that I can really describe. Okay, affirmations and visuals and techniques, they can get you there. But there comes a point when you're just going to know. You're just going to accept it. Okay, yeah, $10 million, it's done. White rabbit going down a rabbit hole. That's all the search history I have because there's only one search. That's it. And then because you left it alone, you left the thing, you didn't toil with it, you collapse all the other peripheral visions, right? Just like the example that I gave you with the marbles. Now let's say you collapse out. You're like, okay, well, you know what? I just want the striped marble. Okay, and then it's like you remove the white marble, you remove the black marble. Now the only thing that's left is the striped marble. So there's nothing else in the search history because you decided I want the striped marble. Just like you decide, do I want Wendy's, Burger King, or fucking McDonald's? You collapse it down, you made the decision. And it is the exact same way as your manifestation. When you collapse it, there is no other possibility that can contradict it because you are the only observer. So if you cleared the cache properly by making the decision and not wavering from it in your mind, you're not going to get these weird fucking search results because you can't, because the search results are just showing what's going on with you. So if you are receiving these mixed things in the 3D, it is likely because you made the decision, this is what I want, but you didn't fully accept it. You didn't fully give it to yourself. And this is what they say in the whole shit with whatchamacall, he that have shall have more, and he that doesn't have will never have it. Whatever the fuck, I forget, but you all know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? So you accepted it, you gave it to yourself. You're like, well, I already have the $10 million. It's already here. You've given it to yourself. You've accepted it. And I don't know if there is a word to describe it other than clarity or knowing or acceptance or just kind of like, okay, it's done. There's not like it, and it's not even like you're giving up, but you're kind of just in this place of like surrender where it, and you're not surrendering like where, like I said, you're giving up is just sort of like, okay, well, there's nothing for me to do, right? You've already removed the white marble and the black marble, so all that's left is the fucking striped marble. You've decided, I want to go to, I don't know, Burger King. I'm gonna just say Burger King because they have my Impossible Whopper, and I like my Impossible Whopper, and I like to dip him in some zesty sauce. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I think it's called zesty sauce. Okay, so that's what I like personally. So I collapse that timeline. Now I ate the fucking Whopper, the Impossible Whopper, and I gave it to myself, and I'm like, man, this is some great fucking fake meat right here. Okay, am I hungry anymore? No, because I fucking gave it to myself. I accepted it. Okay, and that's the third dimensional metaphor of you just giving it to yourself. It's like you decided, you've given it to yourself, and how you give it to yourself from an ethereal realm way is to just be like, there's nothing for me to do here. It's done. I've given it to myself, and when you accept it, it's like receiving a gift, right? Because remember, you can only receive things that you have given yourself. And it could be in a way that you perceive as positive or negative, it doesn't matter. They've just accepted. So now I've accepted that I ate my fucking Impossible Whopper. I'm no longer hungry. I'm no longer trying to decide, do I want Wendy's or Burger King or fucking McDonald's? Because I've made the decision, I've done it, and I've given it to myself. So I'm not looking for it anymore. Boom, I closed out. That's it. I'm satiated. Satiated? Is that it? I don't know. And I don't care. But you satisfied. Okay? You satisfied. And that is the feeling. And it's not the feeling like an emotion that can fluctuate throughout the day. It's a feeling of satisfaction and acceptance and clarity and knowing that's the only way that I can describe it. And you can't really put an emotion to it. It's just a place of calm, peace, acceptance. Like, I ate the fucking Impossible Burger. Now what? Like, I'm gonna go do something else, right? And that is how you know that you have fully accepted the desired timeline, when the peripheral vision is, there's no more, because it's just that desire, okay? And I mean, you can have other things in your peripheral vision, of course. Like, if now you're thinking, okay, well, after I ate, I'm going to go on a fucking watch a movie, pop a gummy, go for whatever the fuck, right? Whatever the fuck you want to do, right? I mean, but it has nothing to do with your desire or the lack of it. That's what I'm saying. So you can have plenty of things. This is why you're able to, quote, manifest, even though the thing is already done. You're just being aware of the thing that's already done and accepting it. Ooh, thank you for the gift. And giving it to yourself. You are aware of it. Okay, you are aware that it's done and there's nothing to do, and you've accepted and you've given it to yourself, and it's a feeling of satisfaction, and you're not going to feel like you need to do anything else. And in terms of like techniques and things like that, yes, the techniques can help you to, thank you for the gift. The techniques can help you get to that. Good gracious, the tripod. Hold on. So the techniques can help you to get to that place of satisfaction, but the satisfaction, it's going to be something that your body processes as like, it's done. There's nothing else for me to do. Like, there's nothing to do. You're just kind of like, you've accepted it. Okay. And like, when I was channeling yesterday, when I was thinking about some of this stuff, there's this movie, I love my fucking horror movies. And this is something that came through in the channel. It's a line from a fucking horror movie. If you've ever seen the movie Train to Busan, I mean, that right there in my top 5 like zombie movies, I mean, that's up there. Okay, I don't know what number, because it doesn't really matter, but it's in my top 5 of favorite zombie movies. So there is this line in Train to Busan, and it came to me when I was thinking about like this principle, and just said, accept your fate. And I was like, wow. Like, you just kind of, it's like, all right, I've accepted. And of course someone's gonna say, oh, but fate doesn't exist, and whatever, that's just a construct. Yeah, it's just a construct, but I'm saying it because it's pertinent, because you dictate your own fate, right? You dictate it by what you know to be true of yourself. It's not something that's outside of you. If you're just saying, I know that I am meant to have this $10 million in my bank account. I know that I'm meant to do this. I know that this is what it is, and you see it and you process it as natural for you. That's your fate in a way that you've kind of created there, and you created it. It didn't come from outside of you. You accepted it already. I know this is what it is. Okay, you know that it's done, but you're like, it'll just play out. And that's why I got that line, accept your fate, because fate, it kind of entails like there's nothing you can do to change it. Not that fate is a real thing. It's like you decide that, but you know what I mean. Okay, so it's like you've accepted it. It's just gonna play out, and there's nothing else to say or do. There's no affirmation. There's no visual. Like it is. The peripheral vision is closed out. The search history, the cache is cleared. You've accepted it. You're like, yeah. And it's not an emotion, because an emotion can fluctuate throughout the day. Just like you could be, fucking CEO of $1 billion company, and you fucking go to the club, you get drunk and you're hungover. That's not taking away the fact that you already know who you are. You're the CEO of $1 billion company, and just because you're feeling hungover, it's not taking that away from you. That's how I look at emotions. Like if you've accepted who you are the motherfucker with $10 million in your bank balance, and you've really accepted it. You understand that it's your fate, it's your destiny, because you have summoned it and you've accepted it, you've given it to yourself, so you just let it play out because you don't care. I'm the Alpha, I'm the Omega, I'm the beginning, I'm the end. The middle was not fucking mentioned, okay? The middle was not fucking mentioned. It was not mentioned. It's not relevant, because the answer and the question are the same thing. It's already interwoven. So what is the middle? Oh, the question is the answer. The answer is the question. There's nothing else in there. It's just neutralizes. So you've accepted it. You've given it to yourself. There is nothing else to do, and you're going to feel satisfaction. Like I would feel satisfaction having the fucking Impossible Burger, because I made my decision. That's what I want. That's what I want to snack on. So I'm gonna just fucking do it. Okay. You're not going to feel a need for it. You're not going to care about when it gets there. It's just going to be total acceptance of the fate that you declared that you wanted. And individuals have done this in ways that did not serve them as well. Because remember, you're always doing this, right? So if you even want to I'll elaborate a little bit. Oh man. Okay. I'll elaborate a little further here. So let's say, and this is how I'm gonna prove it to you, even though ain't no motherfucker need to prove shit, but if you're just kind of like, if you're pondering, like, what does the sensation of acceptance process like in my fucking physical vessel if it's not an emotion? Oh, it's not an emotion. No. So here's the example of how to know, okay? I mean, if you've experienced it before in a way that serves you, then you already know. But if you don't know now, you're going to know something else. The times that you just knew that something that you perceived as negative was going to happen, and then it did, it's the same fucking process in your vessel. You just knew it. No one was going to tell you anything. No one was going to tell you an affirmation. No one was going to tell you a visual. You weren't going to have an affirmation. You weren't going to have a visual. You just knew that thing that you perceived as negative, that was happening. That's it. Boom. And then it happened. It's like a total, it's alignment, really. Only it's like alignment with something that you're perceiving as negative, because likely you had like a little twang of like, I don't want this to happen, but it fucking did, but you knew it. And no one could tell you otherwise, but you didn't like it, right? But the acceptance of something that you want to happen, it's not going to have that little twang of, it's just like an acceptance, but there's no negative emotion associated with it, okay? Because remember, an emotion is not from God. An emotion is from the ego. It is part of the operating system, in my opinion, of the humanoid vessel. And a negative emotion is saying, do not go there. That is not for you. That is in it's a direct contradiction. It's a direct contradiction of what your God self has decided for you. Okay? So the emotions can trip you up, sure, but that still didn't take away your knowing that the thing was done, right? You just knew it, because it was like, at that point, you accepted that the thing that you perceived as negative was going to happen, even though it felt like shit, but you still accepted it. So the same thing is true for the acceptance of things that you do want to happen, that you deem as positive. But it's not the God state. The God state is just neutral. But the acceptance of something that you are declaring is the God state. Because it's just, it just is. And then that's the thing that makes it play out in 3D the fastest. From what I have seen across the board, you knew. You accepted it. You're like, all right, okay. And here's also something that I want to get into. Seeing things. Okay, seeing things. So let's say whatever the fuck is going on in your 3D or whatever the fuck isn't, right? And I don't know how to describe this other than like you see it in your mind's eye, whether the 3D is telling you the opposite, whether it's in favor of it, it's just like you see something in your mind and you know that it's done, and you logically know that maybe how would that happen, or how would like what do you mean? I just see this going on. Like if you see yourself, okay, let's say you are and again it's the naturalness of how it processes in your vessel. You just kind of accepted it, you just know it. Okay, so let's say someone was born on like a remote island, okay, and they just saw themselves as a CEO of an executive in like a big city, skyscrapers and all this shit, right? And they're an executive, and they were born maybe not in the best financial circumstances or on a remote island, but they see it. And then they're like, well, this is what I see. And you know, people are like, the 3D, they're like, well, how's that going to happen? And you're like, no, this is just going to happen. They're like, but how are you even going to get to that major city? How are you going to become a CEO? Like, how is that going to happen? But the person just sees it, okay? And that's one example. You can use any example, right? So they see themselves as a CEO in a big corporation, even though they live on a remote island with no on paper financial means to even get to that city or become a CEO or whatever, right? But they know it, and no one can take that from them. And that's what, in my opinion, when people have like these dreams of something that they're meant to do or meant to accomplish in the 3D, can we call that fate? In a way, yes or no? But it's like your fate is something that you decide because it's given to you from your God self, the all, like whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. And that's just my perspective, right? Your desire is yours, and if it feels like it's in resonance with you and you know it's going to happen, even if the 3D circumstances are contradicting everything about your desire, you're just like, no, but I see myself as this. I see it, okay? Just like when I was a fucking like child, okay, I don't even know how, I mean, age doesn't exist, time doesn't exist, but whatever. Let's say I was like before I was elementary school age, okay, I always saw myself as this, and there I was like, okay, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like it just, it was like, how is that gonna happen? You know what I mean? And not that I question the how, but it's just something that I saw. Okay, I saw myself in this physical vessel. I saw myself doing something along these lines, okay? And how did it happen? I could not fucking tell you. But I tell you one thing, I knew it and I accepted it because that was given to me by my God self, higher self-consciousness, all it is, right? The portion of me that is beyond space-time and the fucking restrictions of the ego. That me was like, we're living it, we're doing it, because time doesn't exist, right? So technically this timeline and me as a child imagining this, it's going on now. It's just that, oof, there's confirmation kicking my tripod again. It's all good though, we all good, you know, he ain't mad at me, he chilling. So you have this vision in your mind, and it might not make logical sense, especially at a place that you're at now, but you know it with conviction. That is the same type of energy. You just know it, okay? And if the 3D looks, you know, on the surface like it's contradicting everything about that desire, a way will be made and you will not even know how the fuck you got there, okay? Because when I look back on certain situation, I just knew it was going to happen. I accepted it. I was like, well, this is what it is. And I didn't even think about making it happen or the how, because I accepted it on such a level internally that everything that I did in between, you know, my childhood, whatever, seeing this and then being in it, it just fucking unfolded, bro. It just fucking happened. Okay, so that's the level of how you know you have accepted something and it is playing out. It cannot be taken from you once you have given it to yourself. Like, I accept this. This is, if you want to call it fate, or if you don't remember, it's just fucking words. It doesn't fucking matter. But you're just like, this is what it is. I see this. Or even if it's something that you don't see, right? So when individuals like fucking teachers and shit would try to tell me, like in fucking, you know, high school and shit, well, you need to go to a college so that you could get a job and do this. I'm like, I don't see that, bro. I don't and I never fucking saw that. And I wasn't going to let the outside tell me that I needed to fucking go to college and get a job doing something that I already knew that I wasn't going to be doing. So that's why I never fucking went to class in school. I went to fucking socialize because I already accepted whatever the fuck I'm doing or not doing. It doesn't matter. This is what I accept. That's it. Go to school. Don't go to school. I'm not fucking going to college I don't need to do that. Because college, the shit that I'm doing now, they ain't teaching what I talk about in no college. And all of you know that. Because you came to this awareness, and I guarantee you it wasn't mentioned in a fucking indoctrination camp. It was, you know, maybe glossed over, or maybe like you heard someone mention these concepts. But I guarantee you there was no, unless it's like a specialized school for like metaphysics or something. I don't even know if those really exist. But all of this cumulative knowledge that I fucking have about awareness and reality, bro, I knew that shit was not going to be found in a college. And I knew I had the awareness because I accepted the fate. I accepted it from before I could fucking remember. I'm like, this is what it is. Where's the logic? There's no logic. There's no logic. And this is how you know you've accepted it, because the 3D motherfuckers could even be telling you that'll never happen, but you need to get serious. You need to stop living in your head, whatever the fuck. I don't care, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say, because I already have accepted it. I give it to myself, therefore it cannot be taken from me. The same thing with you. You give yourself your desire, and that acceptance, once you have truly understood what it means to accept something, whether it's something you perceive as negative, whether it's something you perceive as positive, it doesn't fucking matter. You accept it, and then it's like a force field. Like, you're untouchable. Nothing and no one can take it from you. And you're not going to give a fuck what the 3D is doing or what me, ma, peepaw fucking say or think. You're just like, okay, yeah, it's done. And that's how you know that you have fully accepted your desire. And when you are in that state, okay, you likely are not even going to be thinking about the how that it's going to happen, okay? The times that, you know, even with like conscious manifestation stuff, I accepted it, okay? And then there could be no sign of it in the 3D, but I'm like, I know it's done. I would be inspired to do the most random fucking things. There's a fucking gnat or something here. Oh, we have another fucking flying visitor, just like from my live a while ago. I don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever. A messenger. Oh shit. So you know you've accepted it, number one, when no one can take it from you because you've given it to yourself, right? You ate the fucking burger, so now you're not hungry anymore. You're satisfied. You're satisfied, but you're also so satisfied that any type of hunger for how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen is just, it's out the window. Okay? So my things that I have decided and I accepted, I'm like, well, this is what it is. Okay. All right. Like, I would even have conversations with my fucking higher self. Okay, I'd be like, all right, I've accepted it. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man, but you fucking do. So just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, just do it. Just flow through me. Okay. And then I'm inspired to do the most random fucking shit. Either I'm inspired by like a motion where I don't even know why I'm conducting that motion, or it's like a thought that keeps coming. Okay. And once you've decided, you've accepted it, that's the location in the GPS. That's where you're fucking going, bro. You're already there, but you know what I'm saying? You have the sensation of fucking motion. So, an inspired action, I'm going to describe this, at least in my experience, is exactly that. It's just, it's kind of like you're compelled to, right? So if you typically, I go to fucking Burger King, and I get me my Impossible Burger. But maybe one day I decide, I'm gonna go to whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna go to another place. Okay, I'm gonna go to. No, that's too common. I don't know. I'm gonna get a. I don't even know what the fuck I would get that's super uncommon because I like a lot of food. But okay, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and get a beef burger. I mean, it doesn't sound like something I would fucking do. Like right now, my logical mind is like, McDonald's? You don't even like McDonald's that much, aside from the fucking fries. Like, you don't even eat meat. Like, why are you gonna go to McDonald's and get a beef burger? Like, the fuck, right? I don't know. Okay? So that's how it would be. When there's something that is it's not even in your peripheral vision to do that, just like going to McDonald's to get a beef burger, if that really even is beef, because I've been down some McDonald's rabbit holes. Oh snap! I mean, if you even want to, anyway, I've heard some things. I don't know if they're true. I don't know if they're not true, but I've heard some things, and I'm like, oh, what? Okay. I don't know, I don't care because it got shit to do with me, but I'm open to all possibilities. So whatever, we go to McDonald's for a fucking beef burger. I go there. And to me right now, I'm like, but that doesn't even make sense. Why would I do that? But if that is the one thing that I'm supposed to do to get the shit that I want, it's going to be inspired. I'm going to just be coming from the gym, but like, I'm going to go to McDonald's to get me a beef burger. I fucking go in, I'm like, oh, okay. And maybe there's my duffel bag of the fucking $20 million on the fucking in the middle of the drive-thru of McDonald's. But if I didn't have that inspired action to go to get a beef burger, which makes no logical sense to me, and it looks on the surface like it has nothing to do with the manifestation, $20 million cash in a duffel bag, US dollars, not Monopoly money. Hey, hear me now. Fuck yeah. And then I go there, and then I go to the drive-thru. There's a duffel bag, and it's in my way. And I said, wait, I see some green sticking out of it. Not weed, but that would be okay too, a duffel bag. I mean, I'm saying, okay, we accepting types of green like that. Fuck yeah, we all types, Okay, so I see something sticking out. I'm, oh shit, here's unmarked bills. But if I didn't go have that thought to get a beef burger from McDonald's, I wouldn't have went to the drive-thru and seen the duffel bag with the $20 million cash. You see? So that's how inspired action works. So there might be something right now that you're like, I would never fucking do that. Or that doesn't even make sense. It's not even in your peripheral vision as awareness because you haven't even thought about it. But if you are inspired to do it, you're just going to be compelled. You're going to be compelled to move that way. And it might not come with a thought, okay? It might. Or it might not. So that's one. It's just going to flow through you. Might not make no sense, but you're not even going to have time to fucking think about it or not. Because that's how inspired action works. It's just boom. There's no thought. There's no, should I, so in that example that I gave, how you could tell it's not an inspired action, should I go to McDonald's? Should I not? It's just going to be, I'm going to McDonald's, I'm going to get me a beef burger, I'm going to go through the drive-thru, oh shit, $20 million in a duffel bag just for me. Okay, you're not going to have to think about it. If you have to think about it, it's not an inspired action. Now, an inspired action can also come by way of a thought, okay? At least in my experience, right? Because I've had these instances where, whatever, I'm thinking, okay, I set the target, this is what I want, and then I'll get a thought. And this is how you tell if it's an inspired thought from your higher self and it's not a thought coming from your ego, because it'll be a whisper. It'll be a fucking whisper. It's not going to be a thought that causes you to fear. Well, yeah, that's true too. You're not going to fucking fear it if it's coming from your higher self. You're going to be like, what is that? And it's going to be a whisper. It's not going to be constricted. It's not going to be, oh, I'm so excited. No, it's just going to be like, huh? Like, and it might be one thought, and then perhaps that one thought gets you to move, right? And the thought might say, go to Trader Joe's. Okay. And it's not, again, you're not going to have to think about it. It's just like, but I just went grocery shopping before. I don't need, I just went to fucking Walmart and Target, and I went to Costco. What I need, just go to Trader Joe's. And you're like, oh, okay, so you might go on that first inkling, like it's gonna kind of click with you. I can't really describe it, but when I've had thoughts that are inspired, I just simply call it the voice in my head, which has been talking to me since I don't know how long. Time don't exist, so it don't matter, but it's that voice. And that voice has never spoken to me in a way where it was improper etiquette that's going to cause me to feel fear. I might question it. I might be like, huh? Like, what the fuck you mean go to Trader Joe's, my dude? Like, I like, and then I might be like, nah, I'm good. Okay, so if I doubt the voice, and it's the intuition, it's that voice, that the inspired action voice, it's not going to cause me to feel fear if I do decide to doubt that voice. Okay, because maybe I heard the voice said go to Trader Joe's, and I'm just like, okay, I was just compelled to go in the moment. Sure, it can happen like that too. But if it doesn't, and then you're like, no, I don't need to go to Trader Joe's, it might seem like an egoistic thought because you're kind of thinking about it because it doesn't make logical sense. But the difference with go to Trader Joe's as in an inspired thought that's going to lead you to an inspired action, the difference between that and an ego-based thought, if you try to talk back to it, it's going to say, well, if you don't go to Trader Joe's right now, you're not going to get what the fuck you want. That's the difference. That's how you can tell if it's an inspired thought compared to an egoistic thought. An egoistic thought is going to like start barking at you. It's going to start giving you orders. It's going to start threatening you. An inspired thought, go to Trader Joe's. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I just went grocery shopping. You wake up the next day, go to Trader Joe's. And it's just going to be such a pleasant, like, I don't know, okay? And you'd be like, man, nah, I don't need to go to Trader Joe's. And then it might, later in the day, it might be like, go to Trader Joe's. But it's never going to feel like it's forcing you or coercing you into doing something. It's just gonna, like I said, it's gonna be like a whisper. Like it might be so gentle that you might not even be aware of it. Okay? But then finally you're like, what the fuck? Like, why do I need to go to Trader Joe's, man? Like, why need to do this? Okay. And then you go to Trader Joe's, boom, maybe the $20 million is in the parking lot at fucking Trader Joe's. I don't know. Okay. But if you are meant to do something, once you have accepted your fate that you declared, you're not going to have to force anything. And if it feels like force, or if it feels like you have to think about it, that is not your higher self, God, source, consciousness, all that is. Because remember, everything is already done to the God level. So it's like there's no need to rush. It's like, well, I'm here chilling. I mean, the desire's already done. This motherfucker is the one that's stalling. You know what I'm saying? So you're just going to, you're either going to go with the action, which is going to be inspired through you, or if it comes in the form of like a thought, it's just like, okay, this is weird. I keep having this thought, but it's not really forcing me to do anything. It's not threatening me. What is this? That's the fucking guidance right there. It's your higher self. It's always going to come through as just like, like you ever seen those fucking stereotypical things where it's like you have all the fucking angels like, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be like. It's not going to be like, motherfucker, if you don't do this. No. So that's how you tell. But there is nothing you need to do because it's already done in any type of way that you can get there that is quick and easy and seamless. It's just going to be laid out for you, however it comes, through an action or through a thought, okay? Maybe the action is to do something or not do something. Maybe the thought is to do something or not do something, right? Like, it could be any which way, but whatever is flowing through you and it's not forcing, that is how you know that it's in congruence with your God self and not the ego. So, of how reality is constructed, because it's like you have the awareness, you collapse all the possibilities, you decide, you accept it, and then you're either guided to do something, or you're inspired to do something or not do something. It's not going to feel like force. Or sometimes when you decide, the thing can just materialize out of thin air. That's also a possibility. Okay? Because if you decide this is what I want, boom, it just appears. You might not get an inspired action. It might materialize in thin air in front of you. You might not get an inspired thought. You might just step outside and boom, there it is. You know what I'm saying? So don't close out possibilities of the how or the timing. Just and you know what, when you know that it's already done, you're not really thinking from that avenue of mind anyway. But just, you know, just flow with it. You're not going to have to think. It's like on autopilot. Once you've decided, collapse the timeline, accepted that it's yours. Okay, you've accepted your fate. That's it. It's done. There's nothing else. You're not even going to worry about like doing an affirmation or a visual or going here or go. You're not going to care about that because you're so in the knowing that it's already done that all other possibilities elude you. Okay, you're so in it. You're like, yeah, this is it's done. Even if you don't think about it, you know it's done, right? Just like I don't fucking know. You know that you have a pair of sneakers lying somewhere in your house. Are they in front of you right now? No, but you know that they're there. So you're just like, okay, yeah, they're there. They're my sneakers. It's just you accept it, right? So that's just kind of a way for you to look at the unfolding, you know. That's how you know you've accepted it. And to get to that place of acceptance, yes, the techniques can help, of course, especially if you have an underlying belief that directly contradicts the thing. Then, you know, definitely work on that with the techniques. But once you've really accepted it, you already know that there's nothing you can possibly do, and you're not even caring to try to force it. You're not trying to force the 3D. You're not constantly checking. You're not looking for validation. In fact, you might see something that someone else would perceive as the opposite, but you're just like, what is this? That, like, I already have what I want. It's done. You're not going to see opposition. You're not going to see doubt. You're not going to see anything other than what you want. Yeah, it's already done. I know my sneakers are right over there. What you going to do? Nothing. What am I going to do? Nothing, because they're already fucking here. AI. Well, thank you, AI. Inspired action versus ego. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I love how the AI just like randomly joined the chat. Does anyone? Oh, now White Rabbit joined. Okay. All right. Wonderful. This is fucking interesting. So, anyway, now that I got that little mini sermon out of the way, I'll start looking at the chat here. Thank you all for joining and for the gifts and for the comments. I see the chat moving, but I mean, I'm just moving here with you know, the sermon. So Ashley, you don't see the AI in the chat. Maybe it's just me because I, like, you know, it's like on my live thing, but I see an AI like talking to me in the chat, and it has like a little star. Oh my god, so funny. That's how I know it's not like one of you guys, because the icon looks different. It's not like a picture. It's like these like stars, and it's saying AI, and then it's giving me like a brief summary of what I just spoken of. You don't see it, man of stuff? Hey girl, thank you for joining. Yeah, I think it's probably just because it's my live, but I have never noticed that before, so that is super, super interesting. But hey, you know. Let's see, now it's time to change a song because, you know, different topics require different fucking music as energetic resonance with me, because I like a million things going on. Another creator who's live said she saw a new AI in the chat too. Yeah, I think it might be just on, you know, the person's end who's conducting the live, because if you guys don't see it in the chat, then it's probably just me. But I've never seen that until today, unless I literally did not notice. Then I literally notice now, but you know, everything is happening perfectly better than I expect. Soak. How to live in the end without proof. You have proof, though. You have proof that the thing is done because you have an awareness of it, right? So now, if you're not at that point where what I went on a whole sermon about, you know, like where you've accepted it and giving it to yourself, if you're still a little wanting proof, You want to keep reminding yourself it's already done. It's already done. That's it. You don't need to do anything else other than tell yourself it's already done. And even if you don't believe it, oh, here comes the magic puzzle piece. So I've been talking for fucking an hour already. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because when I get on my sermons, I typically don't stop. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I bought some dark chocolate sea salt caramels. I'm so excited. But anyway, so yeah, you don't need to, you can have the manifestation be realized in the 3D. If you haven't accepted it fully to yourself, you might be like 90% in it, and there's like a slight wavering, and you still can get it, you know what I mean? But if you are in that point where you haven't fully accepted it, just keep saying it's done. I am the proof, because you are the only proof that you need. It's in your mind, right? You can access it whenever you want to, right? It's always with you, right? Because you can summon it to your conscious awareness, like I did in this little diagram here. What are you looking at? It's done now. Oh, but it's not here. No, don't divert your attention from knowing that it's done. Oh, but where is it? Oh, no, you just like, it's done now. You don't even need to repeat the desire over and over again. You just say it's done now, and at a certain point you're gonna see it, or you're gonna be able to accept it, and then you're not even gonna care, and you're not gonna need to affirm. So like another because you're not living in the end in the 3D, right? You're living in the end in your mind. So however you conduct yourself in the 3D, you just make the best of it, right? You're just like, oh, whatever, I don't care what's going on right now, I'm doing this, but I know it's already done. That's what you would do. You don't need to fucking do anything in the 3D. You don't need to like be thankful for a situation if you don't like it. You don't need to force yourself to say love and light to the 3D. You're like, oh, whatever. This is already dissolved because the thing that I want is already done. And that's what you do in your mind. You don't need to do shit in the 3D. So you just live your life as you would. Make the effort to be at like bring yourself to a calm, peaceful, neutral place, however that is, to get your mind off of the thing not being there in the 3D, but just say it's already done. Yeah, this 3D situation has already been dissolved. It's already done. I'm already in my desired timeline. What else to do? And at a certain point, it's either going to show up, or you're just going to accept it and you're not going to care about the 3D anymore. Angel, what do you do when you feel scared to actually receive? Like you don't deserve it. If you feel like you don't deserve your desire, you're welcome, Soak. Angel, if you feel like you don't deserve it, you need to work on self-concept. That if anyone here is like they don't deserve their desire, that's like the number one sign that you need to work on self-concept. I posted a video about this, I think yesterday. That's the time when you work on self-concept. That's it. Oh, Ashley. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, Jordan. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hell yeah, I love those money emojis. That's right. $10 million for everyone in the chat. Let's go. Your words always seem to show up when you need them the most. Well, everything is always perfect timing. So, everything. Here we are. That's confirmation for you. Everyone in the chat gets $10 million or whatever currency of the country you're in. You love my approach. Thank you. I just talk like how I would speak to like the homies, and you all are my homies, so that's how I fucking talk. That's how, I simplify it. But if anyone, is thinking, hey, Y2K ass crack, good to see you. If anyone is thinking that they don't deserve their desire, that's the time that you work on self-concept. Like, that's it. That's how you know. or if you're just like, okay, you know what, I know I deserve this shit, it's just something like where it's like time, or you're looking at the 3D, or you're contemplating the how, then in my opinion, you know, you don't need to work on self-concept. You're so happy you can finally watch my lives again. Well, I'm happy you're in the chat. Hello. Hell yeah, we're all homies in here. Multi-millionaires in whatever currency. Pick a currency. I don't know. But I think, you know, in my opinion, like the manifestation community, people are just so into the self-concept things. And I'm not even sure that everyone is like even in alignment with what self-concept even is. They just say it like, yeah, you should view yourself as worthy and valuable and powerful, but like you might already fucking see yourself as that, and you still might have an area, an app that needs attention. So it's a story that you have regarding a specific sector of your life. But if you're like if you're in a place where, you know, you're not having the best time in 3D, you're not having the best thoughts about yourself, you don't feel worthy, or you feel unseen, or you feel unappreciated, or there's something that's like less than in there, then yes, you want to work on self-concept. That ought to be, in my opinion, your priority more than even thinking about the specific desire, because you come first, remember, right? Like you're the operant power, you're the spotlight. So your God spotlight is now, you know, kind of being shaded, clouded by the ego, because the ego is telling you a story about yourself that's not true, and that's why it feels like shit. Because anything that you are processing as a negative emotion is really telling you that you're further away from God. Okay? So that's when I'd recommend working on self-concept, but you never realized how complicated people make it until you started listening to me. It's actually simple. It is very simple. It's really just like deciding what you want. If there's a contradicting story, then, you know, make it a conscious effort to like affirm the opposite, or just declare that that story is done, and just don't think against the thing, you know? Do not think against the thing. That's what I got. Like, as long as you're not going against it, you don't need to think about it. What the hell? Okay. Interesting. Very interesting things going on today, so I don't know what the fuck is happening, but that's good. Good signs. Good signs. Everything is a good omen. And most importantly, if you are along that journey, you are assigning everything the best possible meaning that you can. You are assigning everything the most positive meaning that you can, no matter how it looks. If you still are sensing that you're in like a doubting or a wavering type of thing, or if you're looking at time, what is the best thing to do at that moment? You assign a more favorable thought to it, and you're going to get used to it, because the more that you're kind of training the software, the operating system of your mind to look for positives, then that it's like your filter. So now everything is getting a positive filter, and your experience is going to become better because you're just assigning things a different meaning. Because remember, the 3D is neutral. So someone can look at the same thing I'm looking at, and they're perceiving an entirely different way than I am. Okay? Because we're different, right? Yeah, all is one consciousness. Someone is going to fucking say that. But we're all having our own expectations, right? We're all our own observer. So when you start really implementing it and saying, this has a good meaning, this turned out better than I expected, this is going better than I could have ever planned, right? You're still on that proper trajectory, because you're training yourself to be more in alignment with the God state. Because the God state, everything is neutral. You're not, you know, there's no opposites, right? Because like and unlike are the same thing, different degree. So I have no idea what's going on in the chat. It's that microwave and Gatorade. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, some people, you know, however they want to look at those like transits, like in astrology and things like that. I mean, if that's their belief, that's their belief, but they're manifesting based off of that belief. Yeah, more flying bugs, Ashley. I don't know. This one is not a fly. I don't know what it's like, a gnat, but I'm like, okay. I mean, whatever. It's not really bothering me. Do you think affirming I don't have is effective for manifesting? I mean, you don't have what? You don't have your desire? You don't have the opposite of it. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't really think it matters how you word it, because the intention is the same. And the intention of the desire, really, it's like you're using a word to articulate what that desire is, but to the God self, it's beyond words, right? Words and thoughts are just how we compute this information so that the ego can understand it. So if you have your intention of what the desire is, it doesn't really matter. You can say that will never happen. You don't have that, or this person doesn't exist. And it would be the same thing, because your outcome is what? So what is the desire? It doesn't really matter, because words are like, God is beyond words. You know what I mean? So however your ego and logic, oh, this motherfucker, however your ego and logic finds it the most palatable for you to speak to yourself in your mind, go with that. But I know I've mentioned on here before, I have affirmed things in like a negative, like never, right? Just saying never. And it played out, because not because of the words, but because what my focus was. So I think that's another thing where some people talk about, well, you don't want to affirm in like a negative, but it's not, it's beyond words, my dude. And everyone talks to themselves differently. So if it's comfortable for you saying never or don't or whatever, but your set intention is your set intention, the God self is beyond space and time and fucking words, you know? Exactly. As in, I never get sick? Yeah. And I never get sick because I fucking say so. Do you see what I'm saying? But what's the dominant intention? I always enjoy good health, so it doesn't really matter how the fuck I phrase it, right? I already know what I mean by that. Hey, Bree. Thank you for joining. Whatever your state is, your self-concept in the moment, the witness sees all states. Yeah, Jordan, I could agree with that, because it's like there's different ways, right? You either view yourself as powerful, or you view yourself as a victim, and that could switch up in any moment. So it's who are you aware of being, right? It's just when it's your dominant state, if anyone is just like more dominantly in like victim mentality, yeah, you can switch it, but you have to be mindful to switch it from victim to victor. You know what I mean? You fucking make an effort, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to see myself anymore as this way. So it's like you're so powerful that you can place yourself in the fucking role of a victim, but it's all of like, it's like a cloak that you put on, right? Who am I being right now? Am I being powerful or am I not? But if you're in a dominant place of feeling like a victim, then yes, I recommend doing like some hype up fucking anthem affirmations for yourself, so you can get that self-concept evened out there. You know what I mean? Giving power to anything other than I am is, I don't know how to pronounce that word, idolatry. I know what you mean, is like placing something in idol. Yeah, because it's like the 3D would be a false idol. So if someone is saying, okay, I'm the Lord and there is none else, and everything that I want is here now, oh, but the 3D, then you place the 3D on the pedestal. You idolized it because you're saying, well, this is more important than who I am. Oh, okay, well, I'm a multimillionaire. Okay, so the 3D is not gonna be able to tell you shit when you've embraced it and accepted that, you know? Ooh, the wine and gummy combo has you feeling so good right now. Hell yeah, Ashley. What is up? That's what I'm talking about. That's like the best combo there, because it's like super fucking groovy. I love the word groovy. I fucking love it. How do you get the tangible knowing that you're the creator? How do you get the tangible? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you want to clarify. Groovy, hell yeah, exactly. I love the word groovy. I fucking love it. Can you talk about being in the 0 point field void during manifestation? I'm really not sure what you mean by the 0 point. I mean, that's not language that I've really heard. I mean, I've heard of it, but nothing that I'm too familiar with. But if to me, 0 point means something totally different. It just means you've accepted it. And how is there a void state when the thing is already done? There is no void. You are aware that there is the absence of something which is creating the void. So there is no void state. If what you mean by void is, that you don't see it in the 3D yet, then you know what? If you're doing this correctly, if you've accepted it, given it to yourself, you're not even going to be aware that there is a void, because there is no void, because the thing is already done. So I don't know if that's what you mean by that, but like all of these catchphrases that they say in terms of like the manifestation community, like void state and all, it's like, to me that can be confusing to people, because it's like, now they want to understand the mechanics of this and they want to understand the mechanics of that, when the only mechanic is decide what you want, tune out all other possibilities, give it to yourself, accept it, that's it, and then just go about your life. That it's really that process, it's just that if there is a contradicting story in there, you want to get that out. If you do need to work on self-concept, you want to do that. But the thing is already done, and you're not gonna, you're not gonna be able to do anything to not make it happen. Icon Hayes, hey, welcome. It's deep meditative stillness of nothingness to effortlessly choose new reality, straight connection to the subconscious and all that is. If that's what the void state is, where if you're in a deep meditation, thank you for clarifying, because I went on a whole other whatever, because I'm looking at it technically. But if that's what they mean by that, the state of nothingness, I mean, you, in my opinion, again, you don't really need to go into a meditation to get this stuff. But if that's something that someone wants, then clear your mind. Like, okay, see, to me, I know what you mean by that straight connection to the subconscious. But if you're someone who can meditate and you're just there in stillness, and then you consciously select the desire that you want, you can do that. But I personally have not done that, because my mind always on. Even when I'm in the now moment, I'm still thinking a million different things. And for me, so I've never been in that position of meditation. I've still manifested things just by declaring that they're done. So to me, these techniques and these things like people are wanting to do, it's like, if that resonates with you to go into a deep meditation and just be still, I'm sure that could have benefits, manifestation aside or not. But if that's something you want to do and you feel like that's what's going to get you your manifestation, then that's what's going to get you your manifestation. But don't think that if someone is in a deep meditation that, that's the method to get it. No, because there's no method to get it. There's just, it's done. Even the affirmations, it's already done. What's the affirmation doing? It's kind of like prodding you along, saying, okay, like, this is the way we're going, right? It's like the tugboat and the big fucking cruise ship. Like, no, we're going this way. We got to make sure we're going this way. But you don't need to do anything. I mean, I think it for me, I don't do meditation, because to me, I find meditation to be like what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm in a meditative state. I'm just listening to music and talking. It doesn't look like I'm meditating, but you kind of are, because I think even like science, if you want to go by that, kind of shows that when you're doing a task that you're not really consciously focused on, like, you know, like if you're cleaning, or if you're driving, or if you're just taking a walk, you're just kind of, you know, you're walking or you're driving, you're in that mind state, and your mind is just kind of whatever you're thinking about. To me, that's like meditation. I mean, am I in stillness? No, but I mean, it's still a meditation. So I think it's kind of just like what one finds to be beneficial for them. I think that you don't need to do anything to manifest other than just declare that it's done and not think against it. If you want to meditate for like personal benefit because you find it interesting, you know, sure. Like me, I visualize, okay? Like how do I fucking manifest? I just visualize. I don't do anything special. I don't fucking light a candle. I just think about, this is what it is. And that's how I've had like my most successful fucking manifestation. I mean, all manifestations are successful, right? Because everything is a manifestation, but I mean, something I consciously was aware, like, okay, yeah, I want to experience this, and I thought about it, I visualized it, okay, it happened. I didn't do anything. Osho says anything to do with awareness is meditation. I mean, I think I remember reading something like that from him. I fucking love Osho, but I mean, that's just showing like people have different views on it, right? Because when you're aware of something, you're not contradicting it, and you're just that single focus. Can you call it a meditation? Sure. Because it's like there's nothing interrupting. It's just like in its pureness. You know what I mean? That's why talking is effortless flow meditation. Yeah, I mean, I think everything is effortless, but people like to overcomplicate it. But I mean, you know, the thing is, we don't need a lot of, you know, anything you do with awareness. Oh, like sipping coffee. Thank you for clarifying, Jordan. Yeah, I've heard that too. Like, you can do anything, and if you're just truly present in that moment, that is like a meditation. I get what you're saying. Like, or if you're just in the shower and you're totally just like, oh, the steam and the heat feels nice, like you're in the moment. It's like unadulterated now moment. Yes, meditation. I agree with that. You cleaned your stuff while listening to me. It was the perfect meditation. Well, I'm glad to be a part of that experience for you. Yeah, I find cleaning such a wonderful, well, I mean, yeah, I love cleaning regardless, but like it's super meditative because you're not really concentrated on anything other than being in the now moment. You're just like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I love cleaning too. It's super relaxing. It really is. Like, don't underestimate the power of just like putting on music or a podcast or a live stream, whatever, and just cleaning. Man, because you're doing something good for you, like your 3D space, and you're like in a meditative state in your mind because you're just concentrated on whatever the fuck it is, and you're chilling, you know. And Jesse, you're cleaning while listening to me. I love it. I love it. I mean, I literally clean every day. I don't know. I like things neat. I really do. You don't find cleaning fun, but the satisfaction is, hey, to each their own, right? You don't find it fun, but after it's done, you're like, okay, I accomplished the task for today. You know what I mean? Woo! You caught the live again. Hello. Thank you for joining. Luna, thank you. You love my earrings. Thank you so much. You're manifesting a great homekeeper. Yeah, your homekeeper is already there. It's already made manifest. Who'll take care of the plants too? Oh wow. Yeah, see, there is something with me and plants. Like I've never kept a plant in my life. Like I feel like I would be I don't know. Anyone to me who can take care of a plant like adequately, I'm like, wow. That's a skill set that I just don't possess and I'm okay with it. But like anyone that has plants and they're like upkeeping the plants, I'm like, wow, that's strategy. Like that's that's dedication. Foot cleaning, guys. I don't. Oh my god. You never liked plants but accidentally planted hot pepper? Oh shit. How did that happen? Oh my god. Hey Iris, what is up? Thank you for joining. What is the name of the bird we Googled the last live? You know what's so crazy? That bird actually came up in my feed on TikTok the other day. I think it was earlier today. Time doesn't exist, but it's all good. I know what bird you're talking about because I saw him. Dinosaur bird. I don't know. I just remember it. Like I called. Oh, it's dinosaur bird something. Shoebill stork. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. Iris. Like, yeah, that motherfucker looks scary as shit. I ain't trying to manifest that near me. No, we not doing that. It was interesting because I love crows, and this morning there was a crow party happening, and I just heard that noise that they make, and there was like a lot of them, a lot of crow. Like they were all. I was like, oh my god, I love crow. I associate them with so many good things, and I've never had that happen before where I just fucking woke up and it was like crows singing. Like I've heard, mourning doves and like the twittery ones. I don't even know what the fuck they're called. But like crows, just like whatever that noise, I'm not going to do it because goddamn, I couldn't even if I wanted to, but I woke up to that and I was like, ooh, exciting. And then all this weird stuff started happening. I don't see the AI dude in the chat anymore. So maybe he left. Oh, yes. You love crows, man, Steph. Yeah, I like them because they travel in pairs and they're like super intelligent and they'll like know you by face and shit. Like literally, they're just, I don't know. I think they're cute. I mean, would I want one near me? No, but I mean, I take them as a good omen. But ideally, we want to be taking everything as a good fucking omen. So yeah, I think it was shoebill stork because it looks similar. Can you manifest people to just disappear? Yes. And how you do that is you take your focus off of them. Ooh, first time you made it to my live. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, your crows know you. You should start giving them things. I heard they bring you gifts. I heard that too. I mean, they're super intelligent. Like, I mean, I don't know for a fact. I've heard, so it's a story I'm accepting, obviously. But yeah, give them an offering or something. Like, here you go. I don't know what they would even like, but maybe they like nuts or something. Oh God, what is it? Speaking of flying things, this Gnat is just chilling. I bought another one of these today because I love them so much. But, I'll stick with the flat water for a little bit. So I don't even know how we started talking about birds and shit. You always watch my YouTube. Aw, my brain is brilliant. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Woo! Thank you for joining, Icon Hayes. Always good to have you in the chat. Enjoy. I don't know what time it is there. I'm assuming like the middle of the night, but I know you got in some good cleaning today. So if you are going to sleep, it's going to be super restful. And you already have everything you want. It's already done, including the home cleaner. There you go. Oh shit, 4 a.m. Wow. I love it, yo. Those are like the best hours. Like I consider myself nocturnal, like mildly nocturnal. I love that. So Good for you, Icon Hayes. Thank you for joining. Hell yeah. 10 million euros and a home cleaner. Exactly. It's already done. Ooh, owl, another winged bird that I love. They're so smart too. And I love how they like turn their heads and shit. Fuck yeah. High five. Wee. Did I have topics? I mean, I feel like I just went off on the fucking pictogram, but I don't know if I had like set topics and shit. Wee. Good night, Icon. Woohoo. You're shifting to the reality that you find the reincarnation of your soul dog? Hell yeah, you've already shifted. Just assume that it's already done. Like, and you know, when you say you've shifted, it's like the path has already been built. You know what I mean? There's nothing we need to do. It's like you want to think of the thing, you made the decision, the road is already paved for you to get there. You never joined my live before until you couldn't sleep and found my live. Well, thank you for joining. Here we are. So if you want to set the intention that you're going to have the most wonderful, exquisite sleep after this, then hey, you know what? It's in it for you. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, ee. Oh, the AI guy left. That was a legit AI. It wasn't like someone with like just an AI username. That was so fucking strange. That was so fucking strange, but I guess he left. I don't know. So let me see if I had any other topics. Wow, I have a whole bunch. See, this is where I get the notes for my videos. I just have like random thoughts that I channel, and then I type them down, then I look at it later and it makes sense. Oh, liquid reality. Fuck yeah. That's what I said, I think, one time. What the hell? Oh, gosh. Okay. Interesting. So how would you go if someone is being faced with homelessness? Well, I mean, number one, that's looking at the perceived problem, right? So you don't want to look at the perceived problem. You would just want to already project that you're in your desired living quarters, whatever that looks like to you. That's what you would do. And you wouldn't, remember, the problem and the solution are the same thing in different degrees. So the solution to this is you are in your desired living quarters. Doesn't matter how. Can you see it from your third eye perspective, what your desired living quarters looks like? Where would that be? It would be peaceful, it would be calm, right? It would be whatever, whatever you have going on in your mind. And you would start to just say, I'm already living at whatever the place is. And you would go with that. And then if the 3D is showing you something, it's your job to say the 3D is neutral. It's just a story that I have about this particular situation. And the story that I have about this particular situation is, you're living in your dream home and everything like that, You don't look at anything as a problem, because then that's going to create more problems. You don't look at anything as serious. So you have to tone down in whichever way is palatable to you to start saying that it's not as serious as like your ego perceives. There are no problems. There are only solutions. This has already been sorted out perfectly for me. The situation has already rectified itself, because you can't have your awareness on the problem and then look at the solution and then look back at the like then you're likely to get wavering. So you make the decision what it is, and however it plays out in the 3D, you keep saying it's already done for me. It's done for me now. It's done for me perfectly. You don't look at anything as a problem. If you feel like you're starting to spiral, or emotions come up, or the ego tries to fucking bully you, you breathe through it and you say, I'm the Lord and there is none else. There are no problems, only solutions, and everything in my realm has already been perfectly rectified for me now. However you talk to yourself in your mind, because everyone talks different to themselves in their mind, but you don't want to perceive anything as super serious, even if on the surface it can look to the ego like it's super serious, because to the God self there's no problem, right? Nothing is serious because the problem and the solution already exist together. So you look at the solution and you tip the scales towards looking at the solution. The problem dissolves out. You breathe through it. If you feel any emotions coming up, the thing that I recommend is the breath. I recommend the breath. If someone is feeling like they're going to start to spiral, breathe that. This emotion is just passing through. I know who I am. I'm the Lord and there is none else. All is well. Everything is perfect. The guy you've been talking to has been liking some wild stuff on IG. Should you tell yourself he's behaving or that's not that serious and breathe through it? Okay. Number one, wild stuff is your perception of it, right? So, is there a story that you have about that stuff? Why would you think it's wild? Because you calling something wild is actually making it more serious. Okay, so number two, if you're looking at what he's been liking, are you just seeing it or are you searching for it? Because if you're searching for something, right, you're gonna find it. So if you're searching for something unfavorable to you, then you're gonna find it. So think about that, okay? You know what I mean? Or it's not that serious and breathe through it. Okay, well, more like sleeping around when you know you're the one who he's sleeping with. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter, but just if you okay, this is why I feel is really important. Thank you for that question. But to answer before I go into this thought-provoking question, okay, number one, nothing is wild unless you perceive it to be. Okay, so you want to tone that down and you want to say, you know what, he doesn't like anything but my pics on IG. That's it. And anytime an image comes to your mind of the shit that he's been liking, then you're just gonna replace it with your face. You can say, I'm the only thing he likes on IG. And you're gonna tune the other shit out. That's it. But here's what I want to mention, okay, for anyone, and especially anyone who's on this, where there's like a love interest involved, okay, if you are making different accounts, anyone, okay, because I've heard this, if you're making fake accounts to go spy on someone, what is the intention behind that? Okay, and I'm going to answer for you. It's not rhetorical. The intention behind that is because you are looking for something that you were perceiving as bad. Yes, because why else would you need to make a fake account to go and see what they're up to? Because you don't trust them. You don't trust the relationship. And you're expecting a problem, so you go and looking for one. So anyone, who is doing that in terms of like spying on a person that, they're saying they're manifesting when, we had this discussion. They're not SPs. You just assign them the role you want and you view them as that, okay? But if you're doing things like that, and this is just general, okay? If you're just generally looking for something from a burner account, you're going to fucking find it, because remember what I said about the God spotlight. What is your focus? That they're up to something. So then, yeah, you're focused on that because you're looking for it, and then it's going to be appearing to you. So you have to stop. It is so much energy to spy on a man. It's so much energy to spy on anyone, because really you don't need to spy on anyone. Because if they're you pushed out, you already know what the fuck they're thinking, and you know what they're doing, and you know what they're up to because you declare it. So if someone is spying on someone, social media or doing drive-bys outside the house or whatever the case, you're looking for a fucking problem. You fucking are. So you're going to find one. You're going to find something to be pissed about. You're going to find that there was some questionable photos liked. You're going to find some questionable comments. You're going to find you're going to find what you're looking for. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, to spy on anyone, it's like, if you're doing that, the first thing you need to do is stop. You need to not have these fake accounts and go put your God's spotlight into creating this motherfucker as a superstar in your reality to the point where they're so important that you're gonna spy on them? You gotta fucking hire a detective too, my dude? Like, come on. No. You're gonna stop yourself if you are in this journey of, like, you know, a romantic relationship, okay? And you're doing it, you're just... what is the end goal there? What is the end goal? Make you a burner account to find out shit. And why is it on the low and sneaky? Because you're finding out shit that you're saying, oh, you're not supposed to know this because they're probably up to something. No, if you're in a relationship with someone and you fully trust them, you're not going to need to make no fake account and do shit. You're not going to need to do that. You're not even going to think to do it. You're not even going to feel compelled to do that. Because you're in a relationship with someone, you trust them, right? So you're not looking for shit to not trust them. So you want to think about what story you have about this individual. Why do you think that they would be doing something like that you would need to make a fake account? I mean, if they're you pushed out, you have a perception of them that they're up to no good. So that's the only choice as to how they can show up for you. They're up to no good. That's it. But you did that. They didn't necessarily do that. You did that. They all spy on you and are so curious about you and your life. Well, there you go, as it should be, because you're the fucking superstar. You're the focal point of your reality, so they should be spying on you. But also, let's unpack this. Do you want someone spying on you and stalking you that you don't want to be doing that? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So if you're saying someone is stalking you, spying on you, obsessed with you, make sure you direct it at the motherfucker that you want that from, right? You don't want to just have randos fucking, you know what I'm saying? Unless you do. But I would even go with a more favorable story of that, of saying, these specific individuals spy on me or whatever, you know what I mean? Because from what I've seen, it's so specific because what you're having going on in your mind is so specific, and this matrix mirror is reflecting exactly what the fuck you say is happening in your mind, right? It's a direct reflection. So if you don't want someone spying on you, you're not going to say everyone, right? You're going to narrow it down to, like, yeah, these two, I know, right? But I wouldn't go with everyone. You know, you can say everyone respects me, but if you're saying everyone is, like, you know what I mean? Your earbuds are so cute. Thank you. You block the ones you don't like. Well, you block them in your mind too, right? And you how to block someone in your mind, like, legit, no one really even needs a block button, right? And the block button is in your mind. So if you just close it out in your minds, like I said in my beginning sermon, where I was going on to this whole spiel about, like, you know, the collapsing the timelines and the search history and clearing the cache. If you're just like, you know what, that's done. Do not disturb, okay? That chapter's over. I closed it out. That person will likely never appear again because you didn't even need to block them on, like, a device. You block them in your mind. You're like, no, gone, goodbye. And that's how you make anyone disappear or a situation disappear. You don't give it attention to it. So you want a picture block, whoosh, closed out, goodbye. Ooh, I like that. Is this a magic wand? Thank you for the gift. It is a magic wand. I love it. I love it. So the principle is the same, right? You want something, focus on it. Don't disagree with the object of where you're placing your awareness. You're like, okay, yeah, it's there, it's done. This is who I am. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm in this healthy, loving, committed relationship where we trust each other. If you've placed yourself there and you've accepted it, you're not going to care about spying. Because you already know that it's done, so what is there to spy on? You know what I mean? And you're not going to feel like checking the 3D. But on the same thing, the same rule, if you want to call it that, you don't want something in... I'm glad you caught my live too. Welcome. Thank you for joining. If you don't want something or someone in your... anywhere, you see they don't exist, goodbye. And whatever you want to tell yourself about it, like me, if I'm thinking of someone, I'm like, yeah, goodbye, like done, over. Like, no, I'm not going to give you attention because you are the only consciousness. So if you are not giving something attention, it cannot appear in your field. It cannot. And you would likely notice that even if you know... Ooh, I love that. Thank you, Ashley. Even if you know a person that you and this individual's have in common, right? There's a common person, okay? But you're cool with that person. You just don't want this individual in your awareness. You'll even start to notice that when you've closed out that individual's avatar perception in your awareness, and you're like, they don't exist. They're gone. Goodbye. Even individuals that you have in common with them will stop mentioning that person, because how can they mention someone or something that you don't have in your awareness to you? They cannot, because they're you too. You know what I mean? Do I have any examples of celebs who manifest well? I mean, I don't know any celebrities personally that I can speak on that. I know that they've spoken about, there are, celebrities that have spoken about manifestation. Like, I mean, probably like a good number. I think maybe every celebrity has at a certain point, but to me, I don't give a shit how a celebrity is manifesting, because I'm not them. And to me, no one is a celebrity. I'm a celebrity. But I know what you mean by the question. But I think that to compare anyone's journey with manifestation, whether they are a known name or whether they're someone, who's a neighbor across the street, it doesn't matter, because you manifest well. And that's how you want to look at it. There is no celebrities, no one else, you know what I mean? Just because something worked for someone, it might not work for you. Just because something worked for you, it might not work for anyone else. And so this is why I'm also kind of like, when people are looking at success stories and things like that, it can be like, well, okay, well, this person is able to manifest that and they did it in one day, but like, what's going on with me, right? Like, I feel like that comparison thing is just, it's like, for me, I don't resonate with that. I'm like, you have to know that you manifest well. Because you have to accept it, even with the whole manifestation thing, you have to accept that story as true for you too. If you want to be someone who you're saying, I'm a master manifester, I always get what I want, boom, right? Because you don't want to look at other people that they're manifesting something and you want something similar, but you don't have it, but they get it. How did they do it? My dude, everyone's consciousness is different. A person might have different subconscious beliefs, like you don't know that. So you're looking at them because you're like, well, they manifested this and you want that. So they're in your awareness because they got it. But then your ego is still at play saying, well, how come this individual got it and then I didn't get it? And then I'm like, you know what I mean? So this is why I don't recommend comparing with a perceived big name celebrity with someone down the corner. Your manifestation journey is you. So I would suggest not even going by that, because you don't, you know what I mean? You don't know what they did. And even to expound a little bit more on that, right? I'm feeling a little philosophical. how can you even, like, it's still your perception if someone even is a celebrity, and it's still your perception, do they manifest well? It's up to you. You're still assigning that meaning to them. So I mean, god damn, motherfucker, the fuck, whatever, it's all good. So what would you think is someone who's manifesting well? Someone who gets their shit fast. And then again, what is fast to you, right? Because if time doesn't exist and the manifestation is already done, technically, no one is manifesting anything fast or slow. And you haven't been manifesting the thing for a few weeks or a few months or whatever and not seeing any results. That's just a story. So then the story has to continue, right? So you have to decide what works for you. And if you're looking at things for motivation, well, I know it's possible that I can manifest something similar because I see a story that someone manifested this. Okay, like, that's good, but you want to stop it at that. You wouldn't go by, well, you know what's something interesting? Whenever I see, especially like on Reddit, they'll be like, when someone is giving a success story, they'll be like, but what exactly did you say? What exactly did you do? Did you repeat it for exactly 10 minutes? It's like, whoa, my dude, you just looking for some shit to be mad about now. You looking at some shit to like perfect. You don't need to do any of that. You can just say, oh, look, this individual manifested something. I'm manifesting something similar. They were able to get it. Their meat pushed out. So of course it's possible for me too. Why wouldn't it be? Stop it. If you don't like visualizing, don't visualize. If you don't like affirmations, don't affirm. Just don't think against the thing. That's it. Period. Make a decision. Don't think against it. That's it. You know, that's really how simple manifestation is, you know. Time, what's that? Never heard of it. And it's some third dimensional construct, I think. I'm not sure either, man, because, you know, like I said, you're not manifesting fast or slow because the thing already exists. So you can't say that someone manifested this fast. Even, and I know that, like, you know, we're saying these terms, right? But if it's already done, it's incomprehensible. It's just there. Like, that's it. It's indescribable. Hey, Shelly. Good to see you, gorgeous. Welcome to the chat. Hello. So you're not manifesting anything fast or slow. It's just your awareness of time that makes it seem like that's what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, Donna. I'm well. How are you? Thank you for joining. So it's like, you know, you have to think of what works for you, okay? When you've made the decision that you want it. Now think of yourself. Have you accepted it? Like I said in the beginning, if you accepted it, you're just, okay, on to the next thing, right? You kind of let it go. But if you haven't come to the acceptance and given it to yourself energetically, then you have to think of what works to keep you in alignment with knowing that it's done. And the thing that I find that everyone can do, every one of you can do this, is just not think against it. Be mindful. Where is it? No, it's already done. How's it going to get here? No, it's already done. Oh, but this would need to happen. No, it's already done. Oh, but you've been manifesting it for a few months. Nothing has happened. No, it's already done. Because what is a few months? You started manifesting it 2 months ago. It hasn't shown up yet. Okay, well, I mean, you started manifesting it 2 months ago. It hasn't shown up yet. That's the story. That's the story you're going with, right? So you know that you are the author, you are the authority of what plays out in the 3D. So you've been manifesting it for months and it still hasn't showed up yet. Okay. Yep. So that's what it is. So the thing that you want to do, if the thing crosses your mind, you just say it's already done. And it might seem like you have to be extra mindful if you haven't fully accepted it. But the more that you say that it's already done, it's getting you to just accept that it's already done. And you don't need to constantly affirm, you know what I mean, for the thing to be done. You just say, no, it's already done. Oh, but manifesting 2 months. Well, it doesn't matter. 2 months, 2 years, 2 millennium, it's fucking done now. So what? Now what? What you gonna do? Nothing. Because it's already done. Like, and that's what you would want to say. You don't want to look at timing. Even if someone is like, let's say, let's look from the linear perspective, okay? In linear time, someone is looking at it logically and they're like, but it should have shown up by now. There you go again. You're looking at timing. You just brought time into the chat when there is no chat because the thing is done. So you're like, it's already done. What is there to do? Nothing. But what time? It's done now. And then logically, no, it might not make sense, but it doesn't need to. Everything is now, so it's here now. Exactly. Exactly. And I'll tell you something with me, because I'm fucking full Delulu. Okay? Like, I mean, really, if you think of it, visualizing is like the ultimate Delulu. Because you're just in a scene that's so real in your mind. It's not playing out in the 3D, but you just accept that, yeah, that's it. It's true, right? It's like the fairy tale, okay? And then that's what I do. My thing is visuals. I visualize it. Okay. I don't force myself to visualize it, but I visualize it. And then it happens. And and I've even created stories in my mind. This is what it is. And I don't write it down. I'm not really so much into scripting, because that should just takes way too long. And, you know, I'm in my mind. My mind be faster than my hand can fucking write shit or type shit. So I just make a story in my mind. Yep, this is what happened. And it doesn't matter, right? It's just because I'm having fun with the story, adding little colors and details and nuances and sounds and smells and tastes. And I'm just like, yeah, this is what happened. Adding it to the visual. Okay, yeah, a whole fucking movie going on in my mind. Okay, that's what I've done. Even before I knew what manifestation was. Delusional, right? Because you're in a story, but like the story is in your fucking mind, right? Like, but it's not in your mind, because where's your mind? You can't even place your mind. Where is it? Like, you can't see it, right? You see what I'm saying? So where is it? It exists in quantum potential. So I've done that so many times. And here's the thing where I'm telling you about where logic can make sense when you're going full Delulu, is when you've gone so Delulu in your mind, visuals, affirmations, scripting, whatever the fuck it is, okay? You're so in there, and then the thing happens. Then you're like, oh shit. You can use that delusional thing as logic. Well, I was delusional. I just went all in my mind with it, and then it appeared. So of course, logically, if I did that, I can do that again. And I've done this so many times that I trust delusions more than I trust logic. I do not trust logic, not in that faculty. I don't. But I can look at it from like the perspective of, well, I mean, I was delusional with that and that happened, and then I was delusional with this and this happened. So all I have to do is be in my mind. I don't need to lift a finger, because logically I've experienced it so much that I trust the delusion, because the delusion has shown me that it's trustworthy every time. Thank you. So I mean, if you guys want to even bring logic into the chat under that blanket, then sure, be like, well, the time that I was delusional, I just declared it was done. So that's all the proof I need, because I've done it before. And if I've done it before, I can do it again. Why not? So that's what you can do if you're like, be like, okay, well, I feel delusional. I feel like nothing is happening. If you feel delusional and nothing is happening, you haven't been delusional with the most frequency. Not for long enough, okay, but with the most frequency. How often do you frequent that delusion? Okay, because we're perceiving everything. Everything is a hallucination, right? The things that you perceive as negative, right? That you're taught and programmed to like prepare for, right? It's like Is that not a delusion as well? Because the thing isn't going on now, but like, you remember that shit where, I don't know if they I mean, whatever, I grew up in New York, so we used to have fire drills. Okay, like, I know some places they have like tornado drills and like earthquake drills, but in New York we had fire drills at the fucking indoctrination camp. Okay, so there was nothing going on, right? But it was like that fucking bell would ding, and then you had to line up and go outside, right? So what is that? That's a delusion, because where's the fire? But it's like programming someone to believe that that's a possibility that can happen, but it's fear-based, right? Oh, but you should be prepared. Okay, so let's look at that. So let's be prepared. This mansion, okay, yeah, I have it. Like, I'm a prepare. I'm a like look at some couches, and I'm gonna look at some toilet bowls, and I'm gonna write this mansion, because the mansion is there, right? You're delusional in that the mansion might not tangibly be going on, just like the fire was not going on, but the fire bell would go off and you had to line up. It's preparing you for something that's not there. How is that not a delusion? Oh, but it's not a delusion because that can really happen. But it fucking wasn't. And how many fire drills I fucking went through. That shit was annoying as fuck. And then it'd be fun when we would get outside, because, you know, I'd be gossiping with the homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Okay? How is that? How are the things that motherfuckers in the 3D, right? And that's just one example. Okay? That's just one example. They're always preparing for the worst. Right? Even if the worst ain't going on, but they're preparing for it, because that's part of the fucking programming, right? So then now you have all this shit like, oh, well, that could potentially happen. You have to be ready. My dude, be ready. Be ready. Why the fuck would you want to prepare for failure or something catastrophic going on? So if you can do that and that's not considered delusional, then it is not delusional to have a situation also in your mind that you're preparing for that is not in the 3D, that's beneficial to you and that you want. It's the same thing. Remember, same thing, different degree. Everything is a delusion. Everything has a potentiality to happen. Bad shit that you perceive as bad, good shit that you perceive as good. You know, they get people in psychosis over food shortages and they panic buy. That's true. Yes. I mean, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing with that, a good scenario with that was that whole thing, when there was like that toilet paper shortage and like motherfuckers were fighting over toilet paper and shit. Like, my dude, come on now. You fighting over toilet paper. Like, it was, to me, it was, I just fucking thought that was funny, because they were making memes over it, like motherfuckers running with toilet paper and they're like screaming, like, my dude, god damn, just like Black Friday. Okay, Black Friday, for those who are not in the States, if you're not familiar with it, is like this big shopping day when all the stores give fucking discounts and sales and shit like that, right? It's the day before Thanksgiving in the States. And they hype that shit up so much to make you think that this is the last fucking thing, that you're getting a good deal. And then motherfuckers are right? They're brainwashed over that. And they're like, yeah, I gotta get a good deal. Is that not a delusion? They have plenty of shit. They just make you believe that they don't, so you could go run in and, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I was just gonna say that, woke skank, the Starbucks fucking teddy bear cup. Yo, that shit was coming on my fucking feed. I don't know why. I mean, I find it entertaining, but like, motherfuckers, yes, Cyber Monday. Yup, exactly. So it's like, you could turn anything into a delusion. And it doesn't mean that the Starbucks fucking teddy bear fucking thing is, I mean, okay, it's there. It's not rare though. So you can just stroll in, and if you get the motherfucking, yeah, he wants a Starbucks teddy cup. That's what he wants. So, you can believe something, whether it's in the 3D or not. It's just the story that you're going with. So if you think that you need to buy toilet paper, buy a fucking Black Friday deal, get the Starbucks fucking teddy bear, oh my god, what was that other fucking shit, the Labubu? Oh, I was like, wow. I was like, damn, that's just brainwashing at its fucking finest, because what is even the value in that? to me, I have no value. But see, because I don't regard it as this like high thing on a pedestal, probably a motherfucker would gift me with a brand new Labubu, because I don't give a shit. It means nothing to me. I don't care. I don't not care. I'm just like, okay, Labubu, So if you are placing something, especially in a negative tone where it's a lack of it, oh, but you have to know what to do in a fire drill or whatever the fuck, right? You have to know what to do. What if something bad happens? What if something amazing fucking happens, my dude? That's the same fucking shit. What if someone really, they want the Starbucks teddy bear, but they're like content with themselves? They're like, well, it's already mine. I give it to myself. They walk in, they ask for the teddy bear cup. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's all sold out. They're like, okay, they don't care because they already know they have the teddy bear cup. So they start walking out the fucking store. Ooh, thank you. I love that. And then the employee, right, it calls them over. Yo, wait, we actually found one in the back. Here you go. And then they're able to fucking get, right, because they already gave it to themselves. So they're not going to be fighting over a fucking thing that they've already, like, well, I already have that. So what's going on here? Nothing. And it can be for anything. Dollar Tree is selling pink glass bear cups. They're cuter and cheaper. Hey, I mean, personally, I don't really like to fuck with glass cups. I like plastic. I don't give a fuck. But, you know, if they do, and if you like them, then that's for you. Or if that's for anyone, maybe someone in the chat wants that. But that's good to know, because honestly, like, it's not the thing that is hyped, right? It's the perception of the thing. And this is why, like, it's really bizarre how many times you get the last one of something. Well, but see, you're saying how many times you get the last one of something, so there you go. And if that's a story that's serving you, you say it, right? So it's not bizarre. It's coming from you, because you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. And then I get the last one. Okay, cool. Of course I do, right? But like, it's really not the thing itself. It's like the whole thing with like how they talk about the iPhone and the blue bubble text message, right? Is that so important? I mean, is it really? I have never met one motherfucker, okay? And because I have an Android, I love my Android. I was iPhone for many years, okay? But I went to Android. I don't come back, right? I've never once thought this motherfucker is going to judge me because I don't have a blue text bubble. Because who cares? Who gives a shit? Do you see what I'm saying? So why is that blue text bubble so hyped up? It's not because of the blue text bubble. It's like some story going around that like iPhone is fucking God or some shit. You know what I mean? Oh, the AI is back. When I start talking about when I start talking about phones, what's up, AI? Delusions versus logic. You guys can't see my AI friend over here, but he's back in the chat. He is joining us. So delusions versus logic. Delusions are things that you don't necessarily have physical proof of. And logic is something that you might have physical proof of. Neither of them is real or unreal. It's just your perception of the thing. The teddy bear cup is $499 on eBay. You gotta be shitting me with that. That's, man. Yo, well, I bet you someone is gonna gift me with a fucking teddy bear cup and a Labubu, because I don't give a shit. And I know that's just gonna happen. I don't, okay. I mean, all right. They're gonna make its way into my experience somehow. Not that I want them, but because I don't care. Starbucks teddy bear cup. Teddy bear. Oh my God. Like, why did they Barista cup, fan frenzy. You see, I want to know who started that story, because whoever did is a marketing fucking genius. I mean, I'll give it to them there. Like, whoever fucking did that, you clearly know what you're doing with marketing. You clearly do. So, I mean, Starbucks needs to give that motherfucker a raise, whoever that is. Maybe it's an AI who Who fucking gave that idea? I don't know, but you have to hype up the thing as like it's wanted, right? That's why they say that like diamonds are so expensive because they're rare, right? So you have to like you have to hype it up, then you have to say, oh, but it's rare. So then it triggers the ego and that lack mentality, because like I said, we're programmed in the indoctrination camps to look for things that are, you know, lack or bad or whatever, right? It's just we're programmed like that, okay? So the ego is like, oh, it's rare, I'm gonna get it, I don't want to miss out on this, right? And the ego likes familiarity. So it's like, well, everyone else has a Starbucks cup, I want it too. So they play on that shit. This whole matrix thing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I mean, in my opinion, it's like a matrix thing, but it's all like a mind fuck, you know what I mean? It's the FOMO. Yeah, I can agree with that too. Exactly. They know the bear shit historical does well. They sent only a few per store because it creates rarity, but now they're saying they are making more. Yeah, see, now, right? Now they're saying they're making more. Man, if I go into a Starbucks and it's offered to me for free, I'd be like, I'll fucking take it and sell it for fucking $20 million cash. like I'm manifesting. No, I don't, whatever, I don't care. But I definitely think that if you are going to, you know what I mean? If you're gonna hype something up in your mind and it's gonna be considered a delusion because it's not physically present in the 3D, you might as well make it something that serves you rather than like an ego-based bullshit, you know, piece of artwork that really, you know, is not going to serve you, that you're not going to like. You're going to book a coaching call with me. My knowledge is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm here anytime if that's what you want to do. Can you speak on listening to recorded affirmations for several days? I mean, you don't need to, I mean, if you, okay, number one, if you're listening to recorded affirmations, just go with it, just have fun with it. Don't like look at the time of how long you've been listening to them, just continue listening to them. But most important is your intention behind it. So if you're saying that these are working, they're gonna work. But if you're having doubt, then that's what's going to creep in too, because it's still your perception. So I think recorded affirmations can be beneficial, especially when you're sleeping, because it's just, you know, unadulterated, just affirmations. But you definitely don't need them to manifest, and it's still your intention behind that. Oh, Jane, hey, thank you for joining. You got your husband. Nice. Congratulations. Your ego is excited. Well, it's the naturalness of the feeling, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that you already have this naturalness because you knew that was your husband even before it happened in the 3D. What do you think about tarot readings while manifesting? I mean, I think if you want to get a tarot reading for fun and you're looking at it as like, okay, maybe they'll say something in a way that resonates with me. Okay, sure. But there's still a reflection of whatever you have going on within you, and they're still not creating your experience. You're creating your experience. So if the tarot reader says something that you find off, you're just like, oh, I don't know where that came from, but that has nothing to do with me because I know who I am and I know what this is. Like, they shouldn't ideally be triggering for you, because that's, if you find them triggering, it's like you're still from the mindset of you don't have your desire. But I think if you're looking at them for fun or just for like some advice, I don't have a problem with tarot readings. I know a lot of people in the manifestation community are like, don't like the tarot reading. My dude, the fuck? Like, if you enjoy tarot and you find it entertaining and you enjoy, like, you know, maybe there's some advice or the way that the person words something might click for you, there could be a message in there for you. So if that's what you want to do, but remember, you're still the operant power. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You only accept tarot readings if you like it here and it serves you. Hell yeah, exactly. You only accept anything if you like what you hear and it serves you. You don't accept anything that doesn't serve you. The fuck is that, you know? Because everything is a delusion. Everything is a mindset. That's it. Everything. There's nothing outside of you, because wherever the fuck you go, there you are. You're taking your awareness everywhere you go. So it's like, what are you being aware of? Are you being aware that there's a problem? Okay, then what's the opposite of that problem? Okay, I'm gonna look here, right? That's it. So you have to just, like, at a certain point, you know, you just have to be like, yo, I'm the Lord and there is none else. What the fuck is stopping me from living this fucking life of my dreams in the fucking 3D? And the only thing that's stopping you is your perception of certain things. But there's really nothing stopping you when you think about it. Just like, you know, my boy Fun Gus showed me, you know, and like, the message was clear. We opened the doors to show you there are no doors. And I will never forget that, because I remember I was hanging out with Fun Gus, you know, my boy Fun Gus. And the voice, like, I was just in it, like I was seeing it. And then it was like, you know, they were saying, you know, the message that was being conveyed was like, there are no obstacles. Like show us the obstacles. Show us why you can't do this. Show us why you can't do that. And I was looking around and I didn't see any fucking thing. There was nothing there. And I said, oh shit. And that is the thing that just fucking stuck with me. From hanging out with Fun Gus, that one thing, I was like, there are no obstacles. Like, yeah, because everything is your mind. So the only obstacles would be a perception in your mind that you are accepting as true. Fun Gus, yeah, Ashley, yes. Fun Gus, you got it. Fun Gus is a whole lot of fun. I love hanging out with him. Oh, there's my plastic non-Starbucks bear mug that I think I got this at like Target or something. My beautiful plastic. Oh, this is, you know what I love? When I don't love it, I'm making fun of it, I'm being sarcastic, but whenever motherfuckers pop on into some video and they start doing this, like, what the fuck, like, what are we doing here, guys? And it's not even an ASMR. Like, when they do that in ASMR, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But like, when someone random just pops on, hey guys, what, like, the fuck? I don't know what the fuck that is about. But yes, ooh, AI came over here discussing Starbucks Teddy cups. Comment on rarity. Yo, AI is back. He's talking about the Starbucks Teddy cups. Comment on rarity. Yes, the more, and you know, this is actually, I love this actual AI whoever in here. So whatever. Well, welcome to the chat. Maybe it's Fun Gus in disguise. I don't know. But when you think that something is rare, that's kind of putting it in a place of lack, right? So even with your, like, let me tell you, okay, and I have to be honest, there are things that I have imagined, and I'll fucking up it every time, okay? Every time I manifest something that might seem like, what the fuck? Like how would that even happen? I'm like, I don't know, it just happened. Boom. Every time I do that, it makes me more secure in knowing that I can be as delusional as I want in my fucking mind, and there is no lack. The thing will present itself to me. Okay, so it's kind of like a little thing where I challenge myself, and I'll purposely make it even more what seems delusional. Well, how do you expect that to just like appear? It already appeared. I don't expect it. It just is, right? So it seems rare, right? Because the things that I've manifested that like my personal friends know about, they're like, what? Like, and not that they haven't manifested thing. I mean, not that they're all into that, but you know what I mean? They're like, well, how were you even in that situation? Like, and to them, it's rare, right? So someone who is perceiving a full-blown delusional daydream as rare, well, that's not going to come true. It's still the perception to them, and rare comes to a place of lack. Oh, well, one person was able to manifest this way, but that's like a once in a lifetime thing or something, and their perception is that it's out of reach, right? Because it's rare. Oh, well, maybe someone was able to do that, but I don't know if I could do that. Okay, so you don't want to look at things as rare or once in a lifetime, or you would never be able to top that. Even if you guys in the chat have had a manifestation where it seems like so fucking crazy and magical on like 3D, however it played out, you might even be perceiving that as rare, like, oh, well, that was a once in a lifetime thing, I don't think I'd be able to do that again. But you did it once, so you have the capability to fucking do it. You can still do it. So sometimes when I hear individuals, they're like, they used to be a really good manifester, but now they can't, or they were able to manifest it at this moment in time, but now in this now moment in time, they can't do it, right? You see, all of that is still your perception, right? So you want to look at it. You manifested something that was like, oh shit, like shocking maybe to other motherfuckers. So don't perceive that as rare, saying this is my fucking normal. So for me, when I go full delusional, I'm going as delusional as fuck in my mind, because then when it plays out in the 3D, it just normalizes it to me, right? It's like, yeah, I could just shit. That's why to me, I would not, it wouldn't shock me $20 million in cash in a duffel bag. Why would that? Someone might say, oh, that's rare, that can't happen, like, you're crazy. No, it's fucking possible. It is. It's not only possible, but it's already done. So you want to normalize yourself with the fucking amazing things that you have consciously summoned into your experience. And you want to normalize that and not make that rare. And you don't want to say that you used to be a good manifester and now you're not, because of the fuck. So now you shifted identities from someone who is amazing at manifesting to someone who isn't. Well, I mean, I don't know why you would do that. I wouldn't, but you know, you need to maybe ask yourself why you're speaking that way about yourself. So make nothing rare that you want to continue to experience. You don't want to have a perception of manifestation that you were able to do it once, but now you're stuck, because you're only stuck if you're saying you're stuck. And it's all mindset. There are no doors. We opened the doors to show you that there are no doors. Fungus. Boom. And I was like, wow. There are no doors. Bro, there are no doors. And I think there's this, I don't know how you say this dude's name. I think Aldous Huxley or something. The Doors of Perception. And this is like some fucking famous quote that he says, if the doors of perception are cleansed, everyone would see things just as they are, infinite, right? Something to that effect. Okay, so it's like, if the doors of perception, because remember, everything is your perception, there are no obstacles, it's just you're perceiving obstacles, so the obstacle has to appear. But if you're just like, well, there's nothing standing in the way, it's just a perception, you cleanse the fucking door and everything is infinite. There is nothing rare, there is nothing common, it's just, what are you perceiving? So if you're perceiving that you used to manifest good, but now you fell off your game, okay, then that's what it is. If you're saying that you manifested a once in a lifetime thing and you can never have that happen again, then that's what it is. Me, I fucking look at greatness and then I amplify the fucking greatness. I'm like, yo, I went fucking delusional, ape shit in my mind, said this is happening. Boom, it fucking happened. What did I do? Not a thing. Inspired action, inspired thought. I didn't think it had anything. All those times I'd be like, what the fuck you talking about? Just do it. Okay, boom, I did it. Manifestation is there. So there's a certain level of where you have to trust. Yes, the name of the Doors with Jim Morrison. I know that they got that from that book because they did a whole bunch of LSD in the fucking desert. I think that was the story of it. Keep up the great work. Thank you for joining. So yeah, you can't, like, it's just, everything is a story. So everything in essence is a delusion, right? Because if it's a story that's even in a book, is it playing out in real life? I mean, it's a story, but if you've ever read a book that you were so engrossed in, I mean, the shit was real to you, right? You were in it. So could that not be a delusion? But everything is a delusion and you're creating it. This is why individuals can watch a scary movie, okay? And then after that, they're gonna, I mean, I don't personally know, but they be like looking out for noises and they want to sleep with the lights on and shit like that. Can that not be a delusion? They watched a movie. There was nothing going on in their physical realm, but their mind accepted something in there and then they rolled with it, right? So it's like everything is, but it's frowned upon if it's a delusion that is beneficial to you, right? Oh, you're living in your head, you're too daydreaming, that'll never happen. Oh, but if it's something, well, you got to prepare for this. Prepare for what, my dude? The fire drills when, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You named your cat I don't know how to pronounce that name, Alduas, because the doors of perception. That's a cute name for a cat. I'm sure this cat is smart as fuck too. Cats are so fucking magical. I love cats. Like they be on some supernatural shit, I'm telling you. At least the ones that I've dealt with. Like we be having telepathic communications. Like cats are so wild, bro. Cats fucking gravitate towards me. It's like very strange. Because, like, you know, dogs, they kind of, for the most part, they're friendly. They just gravitate towards anyone that, you know, crosses their path. They're like, hi, whatever. Cats are like, bitch, I don't know if I like you. I'm gonna disappear, then, you know, come out, like, 4 hours after you leave or some shit. But, like, cats always fucking really, it's fucking weird. They really like me. I'm like, okay. I take that. I mean, I'm very flattered that cats like me because cats don't really like a lot of motherfuckers. I do not have a cat. I grew up with cats like when I was younger, but I mean, I don't have any pets at this point. I've had cats like as a child and then like a pet that I had on my own, if you want to say, as an adult, is a dog. Yo, cat's legit. He's a wise old man. Okay, thank you for the clarification. It's pronounced Aldous. Aldous. Okay. You know I'm not good with pronunciations, but thank you. He's a wise old man. Yeah. Cats are so fucking wise. They're so interesting. My dog too. My dog legit, when I had it, and like, you know, they say animals can see different things than like a humanoid vessel perception, but there was this time that like when I started really like getting into like the psychic things and like the like heavy like working out, like I was working with like a psychic teacher for like a good 2 years, which it can't really be taught, I don't think, because everyone has it, but it's just kind of like to tune your frequency and with psychic ability. And during this time, like I opened the door metaphorically, and I remember a lot of like supernatural activity was occurring during that time. But why? Because my perception, I was open to it, right? I was aware, so that's what was going to come up in my awareness. And I was doing this meditation. There was like this one corner where I really just like to like meditate, like, or try to meditate, because never once have I been able to silence my mind, but I would just maybe say a mantra and I would just kind of relax. And there was this one corner that I would just always go. So I guess, I don't know, whatever. It was, I perceived as like a high energy center. And I remember I was in like a meditation for like 45 minutes, or my version of meditation, whatever the fuck that is. And then my dog, because he would usually sit kind of like on my lap. I'd be like cross-legged on the floor, and he would come and like kind of lay in my lap when I would meditate. So when I was done meditating, I went to go walk on the couch, and then he's just staring. Okay, he's staring at that one corner of where I just meditated. And he's like looking, and he's alert, right? Like, this was like a sleepy, like he was a lazy. I mean, he perfect dog for me because he had low energy and he just wanted to be petted. I'm like, that's great. But he was like alert, and he's like standing. Then he kept like bark, and my dog was not a barker. Like you know your dog. My dog was not a fucking barker. Like. So it was weird because he would like give these like little, like, I'm not gonna do it, but he would like bark, like, and then he would like look at the corner, and then he would look at me, and then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he was looking at me where it's like as if to say like, yo, you don't see that? Like, do you see that? And then he would bark again, like at whatever and there was nothing there, but I'm like, oh, there must be a presence here. There has to, and I started feeling it. I'm like, okay, I don't, again, my awareness, my perception, I'm like, something happened. But this was my experience, and I was into the psychic shit, so it makes sense why something like that would pop up at that point in my journey, because I was open to it and I was actively practicing it, like summoning energy and shit. And so 45 minutes, bro, he's doing this. I meditated for 45 minutes. Then for 45 minutes after the meditation, I had a snack. I was looking at the TV, whatever. My dog, he's still standing there, alert, looking back at me, barking. And then he's just like looking at the corner. And I'm like, and finally I was like, listen, I was like, if there's someone here, because I didn't feel a bad vibe. I was like, there's someone here, you know, what's up? Like, can I help you? Do you, like what's going on? You want to have a chat? And then after I said that, after I fucking said that to, who knows? I mean, whatever, right? I just fucking said it. Then I see my dog, and he's still standing, and he's like looking at the corner, but then I see him, he like looks up slowly, and then he's like towards the ceiling, and his eyes are like following something, and then he just like, he stopped, and then he came and like he was looking at me like motherfucker, you didn't do nothing about this, like now it's gone, whatever, who cares? And he laid in my lap again like normal. But it was such a weird fucking experience. So the reason why I mention that is because animals, I mean, but again, why I have a perception that animals are tuned in and they can see things that are different from a humanoid's visual, I don't know, fucking capability. And so that was the instant where my dog, I'm just going to go with the story that there was some energy there, and he was looking at it, and he is like, okay, I'm trying to let you know there's someone here. But like, he wasn't like, it wasn't agitated barking, like, oh, there's a threat. It was just like an alert, like, hey, like, and then he would look at me like, do you see this? And then I was like, what do you want me to do? And then when I finally said, if there's something here, let me know what's going on, then the thing went away. So I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where that came from. Maybe someone has had an experience like that, but your dog did the same thing, and you ran away and left your dog, and then it that is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Yo, that is fucking amazing. I mean, hey, if that's what you felt like you needed to do in the moment was run away, you know. But like, I mean, I'm open to that. I'm open to all type of supernatural shit. So, of course, because I'm believing in it, my awareness is on that. And I'm like, yeah, animals can see into other whatever. Then, right, that story played out is true for me because that's what I was focused on at that time. Not that I wouldn't have something like that happen. Well, I don't have a dog, but I mean, I don't have any pets right now. But if I were to even see a fucking, I'd be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Right? Because I'm like, and anyone or anything that crosses my path is chill and cool because I'm chill and cool. So I carry that with me. So even if there was like an entity that presented themselves to me, I'd be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? I would not care because I'm open to it. I know some people aren't, but like, I've had a lot. And I mean, that was just one supernatural experience that I had around that time. But again, that's what I was like fucking focused on and studying, right? So now that I'm kind of like versed in that area, like discerning different type of energies and whatever. I've done that. Now I'm like, okay, the reality co-creation. Then, I mean, yes, discerning energy to me is like a part of it too, but that's also my perception. So I just talk about the law in general. You get what you focus on, point blank, period. If you have other beliefs, like I have beliefs in supernatural things and animals can be psychic and, you know, so I experience that. But if you don't believe in that, that doesn't mean that you cannot manifest. But to me, it's like everything is so interconnected to me that I'm just putting all of this stuff together. Like things that are untangible to me are carry more weight than things that are tangible, and I've always been like that. That's why I'm not logical. I don't fucking trust the 3D. I'm like, the 3D is showing this, but okay. And then literally like boom, shit shifts, and I'm like, yeah, because I fucking said so, bitch. As a child, you saw an astral traveler in your living room, a 6-foot blue grid man walking in place against your sliding door. Oh, that is interesting. Did you have any interaction with this figure, or was it just kind of like there? I don't think. Oh my God, you screamed. Oh, and it was still there. I mean, it looked at you. So it wasn't the, oh my God. And then your aunt came upstairs and it left. Wow. That is interesting. I mean, I know, like, I personally haven't seen energy beings like that. I have not seen any. I have sensed them, but I haven't seen any. But I know people that have, so I know that that's definitely a thing. You're watching Flash. Funny how I'm talking about this. What is Flash about? Is that a movie or a show? I'm gonna look into that now. Does it have anything? Well, I'm sure it probably has something to do with the topic that I'm talking about. Flashlight. The fuck? Is it Flash Gordon? Oh my God. Well, I'll put that there for the Flash. Is it the Flash? Okay, the Flash. Thank you for clarifying. Worlds collide when the Flash uses his superpowers to travel back in time to change the events of the past. Oh, shit. Okay, see, there we go. Look at that revision, quantum shifting, how to shift time. Man, you see, this is the thing where it's like in sci-fi, in my opinion, they tell you how reality works, but they just market it as like, you know, science fiction. Ooh, it's on Netflix. Okay, thank you for the recommendation. That does look interesting. You think he was like, why are you stuck? Oh, yeah, that could be true, Jane. Like, it was just someone that like landed up there, and maybe it was like someone like kind of like, okay, well, how the fuck did I end up here? Oh my God, that is wild. Yeah, I definitely, I'm like a big fan of like sci-fi shit really telling you how reality is created. But it's obviously because part of the parameters of the game is that they're not going to tell you that these are the rules. The rules of the game are like clandestine, right? But there are no rules, but there are tips to help you elevate the consciousness so that you are beyond the rules. You are existing above the rules. You are existing above and beyond space and time. And then you're just operating the game from like the God level. And that's how you know that you've up leveled in the matrix. But they tell you these things, right? They fucking tell you it, but it's like hidden. It's like hidden in symbolism and all this stuff and in sci-fi. It was amazing and the law helped you to do it. Holla. Okay, I don't know if I like missed anything else here in the chat, but ooh, okay. I have no idea. Okay. Ooh, AI. The AI friend said manifesting your desires. Ask about perception. What? This is so interesting. This AI person in here or whatever entity, intelligence, ask about perception, guys. Everything is your perception. Okay, so I do want to say that I view this in my perception as a video game. Okay, that's how I view it. That's my perception. If you don't agree with that, right, and I'm sure, well, I know a lot of religions, right, don't agree with that philosophy, like, you know what I mean? And it's like we're here and it's more of like a spiritual thing, and you know what I mean? But to me, that never resonated. So probably someone's perception of what we're doing here in this, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they're not going to think it's a matrix. They're going to be like, we're on the planet Earth floating in space on a round ball and all this shit. Okay, but that's their perception. Do you see what I'm saying? So what resonates with me, and I want to be clear, because whenever I say matrix or rules of the game, that is how I'm interpreting this whole manifestation reality construct. Like it makes sense with me. So if no one, no one needs to agree or disagree with me. So if you have a perception that is different, it's your perception. You want to follow that. You wouldn't want to follow what I say. It just, I'm in resonance with a lot of individuals who also share my views, of course, because that's what I'm focused on, right? So I think I said this before, but like, I'm not going to attract a lot of people who are super religious, because that's just not, it's not in my awareness. Like, I don't care. I don't hate religion. I don't love, I'm just like, I don't resonate with it. Like, that's not like, okay, I don't give a shit, right? But even if we want to look at religions, and like, there was something that I was looking at, because a lot of Christianity, with how they talk about the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that came from fucking ancient Egyptian lore with Isis, Osiris, and Horus, right? It's the three, it's a trinity. Just like in the movie The Matrix, the sci-fi spin in The Matrix, why they call someone Neo, one, and then the Trinity, right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? So it's all connected, even with like religious things. But, it's like that shit to me is like hidden, and not everyone, you know what I mean, is open to that. So it's not going to appear in their experience. You manifested 12K in the last week because of my teaching. Oh, D, love it. I love that. Congratulations. You're booking a coaching call with me. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you. Thank you so much. That is fucking lit. I love it. Glad you guys are having these successes in your timelines. Of course you are, because you are the Lord and there is none else. How do we view it as a video game easier? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but what to make the video game easier, or how to make it easier to interpret viewing it as a video game. What do I think of priests? This is what you don't resonate with. Why should they have authority? LOL. I mean, I don't think anything of priests. I've heard a lot of stories about priests that maybe aren't the most favorable. But you don't think they should have authority? I mean, I don't think anyone should have authority over anyone else, right? Because you are the author, you are the authority. But I don't, I think it's just part of the structured layout of, Christianity, right? Or whoever is like utilizing priests in there, right? It's like here they are. For whatever reason, it's just part of a structure, okay? But really, there is no structure, because there is no religion. And, even the thing that I want to say, going back on, like this whole thing where there's clues hidden, okay? I just went on a fucking expedition, okay? Because this is what I do. I mean, I have fun, dude. I live for this shit. No, this shit lives for me. Fuck yeah. But anyway, you know what I mean? We live for each other, because we're co-creating together, right? Me and my ideas. The idea came to me, so I was the one to execute it, right? Because the idea wanted me to breathe life into it. So that's why, whatever. So The here's something I'm gonna touch briefly on this. Maybe I'll make a more occult type video with where you learn about the manifestation, where all this shit came from, because it's really been around. If we want to go by like linear time, it's been out there in so many different types of civilizations, and this information is out there, whether these civilizations are real or fake, you know, because if you don't believe that ancient Rome ever existed, then it doesn't exist to you, okay? But either way, the knowledge is out there if you choose to find it, okay? Or let it come to you, I should say. So here's something I found, right? You know how in the Bible they have, number one, it was from Judaism, where it's like that story of Moses and the burning bush, and then that's where he got the name of God, which is he said, who shall I tell my people you are? And he said, I am, right? The name of God, I am. And then, you know, like kind of, you know, Christianity put that in their Bible, okay? But before even that, let's even look at that word, okay? Let's even look at that word, because this is the expedition that I went on, and it is from ancient Sumerian, okay? And Sumerian is purported to be the oldest civilization, even before Judaism, because Judaism predates Christianity. So even in religions, they kind of, in my opinion, they hijacked it from just older civilizations, and they just made it structured and organized, and then they said, oh, this is what it is, right? So Sumerian, which is purportedly the oldest civilization that has like a recorded history, right? Because they started with the cuneiform, whatever, that was their writing, and they drew pictures and everything, okay? From Sumerian, okay? The word and I will not know how to put a Sumerian accent on it, but okay, let's go with that. And it's spelled literally A with like that little fucking squiggly thing on it, and then am, okay? Now if we want to say Sumerian before Judaism came, okay, and it said, who shall I tell my people you are? Tell them I am has sent you, whatever. Am, right? They're using that again, okay? And then in Christianity, they fucking just took that and they called it the Old Testament, but it was really what was going on in Judaism, and then Christianity just fucking took that shit, added it to the Bible, and said, here you go. Now, motherfuckers talk about that in the manifestation, right? Neville Goddard talks about that and shit. Like, they use the Bible as like manifestation tools, which is cool, but it really doesn't even come from the fucking Bible. It comes from fucking Sumerian. Why, friends? Because here we go, okay? Here we go. Am, okay? In Sumerian, don't know how if you pronounce that, but if I channel a Sumerian deity or whoever, please let me know, okay? I'm open to receiving that. Is an enclitic copula, bro, I don't even fucking know. Okay, whatever. That functions as the equivalent of he, she, it is, okay? It attaches to the end of a word. So is suffixed to a noun or an adjective to form a full sentence, okay? So to be, it means to be, like he, she, it is this, it is to be this, it is being, it is isness, right? Hello, okay? Which is what they say in Judaism when the burning bush shit, okay? It is, he, she, it is, like that's it. That's it. It is. And that's where they say, who is the name of God? I am. It is. I am. I'm being it. Is. Be. Okay? He, she, it does it. And it says right here, he, she, it. It could be anyone. Anyone is this. Anyone is being this. It fucking came before that story with the burning bush. Now, this is just my opinion, but I think that story of the burning bush, they took that from the ancient Sumerians, because how the fuck is it gonna be in that same fucking... Oh, really? It's a coincidence that the Sumerian fucking word for he, she, or it is, or to be, okay, it's acting as a verb to be. Like I am God, okay, is to be this. How is it spelled the same way? And then in Judaism, it's I am again. And then in Christianity, again, they just, I mean, they didn't really change nothing in the story. They just took it and said, yeah, that's the fucking, was it the Old Testament? But it's really Judaism. And Judaism, where did you get that from? The Sumerians, as purported by history, was around long before Judaism even existed, right? So there you go. It's there. Okay, it's just when a religion or like a metaphysical teacher or a manifestation guru, whoever, it's all the same shit. It's just marketed differently, but it's the same thing. It is to be, right? I am the Lord and there is none else, but it's just marketed differently. But then in my opinion, religion, yes, maybe the knowledge was there because it is like passed down, because they said that the Sumerians, they were the first civilization. How the fuck did the first civilization get here? Does anyone have proof of that? And don't tell me the fucking missing link theory, because fuck that, okay? Don't tell me that. But why is it the same? Passed through, quote, generations. It's the same thing. It's just people are marketing it differently, but it's still... You are that, your being, your isness to be. You declare things that are not, and then you just say it is, I am that, I be that, and then you just be, right? That's why they call it, like, it's all connected, okay? Human being. Human being. Be. Why are they calling it a being? You're being human. You're being it. You're being the human when you're in the fucking matrix. You're being it, but that's not who the fuck you are. You're just being it. You're putting on a fucking costume. You're saying this is human. Okay. That's it, right? And then there was this whole other thing where they call it human, right? Because hue, right? Like if you think of light, the hues of different colors and lights are like they can, right? Like you have the fucking, the rainbow and shit, right? Things are composed of light. The hue of the color, the light. H-U-E is a hue. So it's a light being, right? Because everyone is made of light. That's why they say humans are like, we're all made of stardust. They're made, and this is going back to science. Neil deGrasse fucking Tyson, bro. Everyone is saying the same shit. It's all connected. It's marketed as fucking different things. In different sectors, okay? Hue, ray of light. Okay, so you're all light. You're composed of light. We're all made of stardust. We're made of the same things as the stars, okay? Why does fucking space, why do pictures of space look similar to like images of your brain? If you really look at that. I know you can find this. This is how your brain connects things. This is what space looks like. And space is your fucking mind. Space is your mind, but you're told that there's a planet, and if you want to go with that or if you don't, I don't care. I'm not here to argue with anyone saying is Earth real, flat Earth round. I don't give a fuck. So whatever your views on that, those are your views. But what it is, why they say things in outer space, okay? Because in your mind, where are you touching that? It's outer. You're perceiving it as outside of you, but it's within you, but it's there and it's all connected. It's like fucking satellites and shit to like other motherfuckers. We're all made of stardust. We're all made of the light, the human, right? Because it's just light, and you're being light. You're just being it. Everything is light. Everything is frequency. Right? That's why things are slowed down, like they're illuminated so you can fucking see them, but it's still light. Even like darkness and shit. Okay? And again, this is the same thing, different degree without the fucking darkness. How can you see the light? But without the fucking light, how can you even tell what darkness is, right? It's the same thing, different degree. I don't know where the hell I fucking went with this. But yeah, I genuinely don't even remember how I got here, but it's been taught or like, I mean, I tell you one thing, when I was in fucking high school, we weren't learning about no fucking Sumeria. I tell you that. And like this shit, I don't mean the Sumerians like that show Ancient Aliens where that guy, oh my God, was that guy? And that meme, he's like aliens, right? Like for fucking everything. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you look at this stuff, if you look at fucking science, okay, how they say that the cosmos was created. If you look at fucking religions, Judaism, Christianity, if you look at ancient Sumerian, like even their fucking cuneiform and their fucking words, okay, there was something, I mean, my phone is like about to fucking, I don't know, he wants some charge right now, but there was one last thing, because I feel like talking about Sumerians, but it's all the same thing. It's all connected, and it all leads back to the same thing. Everything is connected. All is one. We're all light and stardust. We're just having this perception because of our awareness, and to me it makes sense that we're in a fucking matrix. So I know I like had these in screenshots. Okay. Yes. God, heaven, ancient Sumerian. You guys can look this up as well. What is their symbol? Their symbol for that is a star. Okay. Well, to me, it looks like a star. Look, I'll show you. To me, that's what that looks like. Here we go. Okay. Star, God, boom. Again, it connects. Everything all connects. See, I meander along, but it all connects, right? We're all made of stardust. The Sumerians, the most ancient civilization, purported history. Okay. Look. And this was their first version. BC, 3500. Okay. Let's look. I don't know if you could see this. God, heaven. The first reported symbol of God, heaven from the ancient Sumerians. Oh, God, that's a Bible verse. Matthew, someone wants to read this. This shit is pure witchcraft. Matthew 6, 1 to 34. Holy shit, everything is in there, bro. Everything is in there. That was a message for someone, because I didn't even mean to click on that. But you see what I got over here? Okay, Bible verses, Sumerians. I got fucking, I don't even know. Okay, that's the shit you find on my phone. I don't know if you'd want to find that. I mean, if someone's spying on me, here you go. You want to know what's in my fucking phone? This right here. This is my iPad, but I have more shit like this on my phone too. Fuck that. Look, God, heaven. Okay, 3500 BC. What does that look like? Where is it? Here we go. Don't that look like a fucking star? There you go. Okay. So you're all made of stardust. You're the same components as fucking everything. And if you're all made of stardust, as Neil deGrasse Tyson fucking says, right? Because we like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's science. He's logic, right? So let's bring logic up into this with religion, with the Moses, here am I. Tell them I am has sent you. And then if you even translate that from Hebrew, it means like he who causes to become, which is like the same thing as the fucking Sumerian thing. It's being. Okay? I am that. Boom. Okay, Latin, ego. What the fuck? Ego, right? Ego. It means I in Latin. I, not like the eyes that you see, but I, like I am whatever, right? Is ego. So, I, ego. You have an identity as the ego, but that's like who you think you're being, right? But you're not. Okay, like it's also fucking trippy, bro. But I mean, it's all in there. You're made of stardust, as they say, because everything is one and the same. Everything is interconnected, and everything is composed of waves. If we want to get into quantum physics now, quantum physics says that everything exists in waves of potential. So how can, if you want to call this the Earth matrix or whatever, this, it exists in waves of potential, but we're creating it because we are the source. We are the star. That's it. We're looking at it, and because we're the source and the star, we're made of the same fucking thing, and we're declaring I as an I, like we're taking a personal identity to be this right? It's all over the fucking place, and I've fucking done this shit. I've researched this shit, okay? And I see connections all over the place. That's why it's like, yes, the surface level, you get what the fuck you think about. Okay, cool. No problem. You get that. You decide what it is. Okay, cool. That's surface level. But it goes deeper than that. It really shows you that this shit has just been going on. I mean, it gained fucking notoriety now. Maybe it always had notoriety. Maybe, I don't know. Even if the Sumerian civilization, let's say that's just a story, motherfuckers made it up. Why is the information out there then? And why is it so similar to what the fuck is going on with Judaism and the Christianity and the fucking I am shit and what Neville Goddard fucking talks about, and the fucking, the God symbol was a star, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is a scientist, who is logical, right? He's saying we're all made of stardust. It's all the same thing. And why is quantum mechanics saying that everything exists in ways of potential, and the observer and the observed are the same fucking thing, because the observer is giving the fucking observation a meaning, and then it because it's made of the same thing, it's made of stardust, it's just fucking appearing. It's all connected, man. In religion and science and quantum mechanics, it's just, in my opinion, because I believe, I'm not sure now, because I went on a whole fuck, I don't know where the fuck I went. Talk about rabbit hole. I was talking about rabbit hole in the fucking beginning. But basically, it's all connected. Okay, everything is all connected. Everything. Religions, just, in my opinion, there was this knowledge out there, right? Because remember, Christianity, I mean, if we want to look at history, even another topic, okay, history says that the Egyptian civilization was around before Christianity, right? Why they have the Holy Trinity? Why was it Isis, Osiris, and Horus, and then they switched it to Father, Son, Holy Spirit? Why? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so all of it is connected. It's just marketed differently. This is why even when individuals are talking about these topics, the way that I fucking talk about it, it's the way that I talk about it. Someone else might have similar info, but they're talking about it different in a different marketing package, if you want to call it that, right? Your perception of manifestation might be different from your homie's perception of manifestation. It's the same thing. You get what you think about it. The knowledge has always been out there, but it's just marketed under different things. And by marketed, I mean just explained. And especially with religion, it's kind of like, well, religion, in my opinion, is a business. So if they're saying, you know, Christianity is saying, well, there's God, and God is separate from you, and you have to pray to God. Okay, yeah, you're marketing the faith thing, right? But you're doing it saying the faith needs to come from within you to believe in the outside, when it's really that you are the fucking Lord, and there is none else. And the faith comes from within you, but you perceive that it was happening through a God outside you, but you still had the faith in the thing. So now it might have still manifested. Okay. But then if you're saying, oh, God, do this, God, do that, and then you're coming from a place of lack and the thing doesn't manifest, then you get mad at a perceived God that's outside of you. And it doesn't even make sense, because if you're coming from a place of lack, that's not even the proper way of praying. Because when you fucking pray, what they call pray, is just declaring that it's done and saying, yeah, it's already done. That's it. Praying is just declaring the thing that you want is already done. I know it's done. That's it. If you want to fucking say thank you, okay. But you don't need to even do that. You just have to trust and know and say, okay, yeah, it's done. That's what's praying. Declaring the next thing that you want to see in fucking 3D, the next experience you want to have, that's what, in my opinion, praying is. It's not about asking. It's not about begging. That's how you pray. But you're the one that has to bring that faith into the equation, and that knowing and that trust, like I said in the beginning of the video. So my phone really wants to be charged because my screen is like fading over here. I don't even know if this is still recording. I think it is. But thank you all for joining, and the likes and the follows and the comments and the conversations. I will be getting this to YouTube once my phone gets some food. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.